DJ Spinall, Fireboy.
I know if you fight Kung Fu, but I go fight for you. I got my eyes on you. You got vibes on you. I know if you die for you,
Ladies,
but I'll live my life for you. I got my eyes on you. You got vibes on you. Jẹ́ ká lọ ṣeré. We could go on a vacation, have fun maybe all night long. Jẹ́ ká lọ ṣeré. Yeah. We could go on a vacation, have fun maybe all night long. Yeah, yeah, yeah. Oh, yeah. I get money like bastard. You know if you reach my last card, I want to know your cash app. Oh, you want to make me do she know? Cause your body's a phenomenon.
1, 2, 3,
I go down as I'm breaking it for you. Anytime you know I go there for you. Then you know I'm writing the song for you. And you know I do another one for you. Jẹ́ ká lọ ṣeré. We could go on a vacation. Have fun maybe all night long. Jẹ́ ká lọ ṣeré. Yeah. We could go on a vacation. Have fun maybe all night long. Yeah. Oh,
Welcome to the Smiling Sufferer podcast. On the mic, you got Corey. And here in the studio with me is my man, Mr. G.
What up?
The Black James Bond.
The one and only.
I see you've been out and about.
Doing the James Bond shit, you know.
You've been globetrotting. You've been traveling.
You get.
It's as if Corona never existed for you until I swear.
My blood is a vaccine.
You know, I've stopped wearing the kini now.
The what?
The mask.
The mask. I wear it.
The CDC said we don't have to wear it anymore now.
If you're fully vaccinated, I wear it in
Yeah?
established.
Are you fully vaccinated?
Yes, but I actually no. Yes.
Or you got the one shot?
No. So I'm missing one shot. I have one.
That's due.
That is due. Yeah.
Oh, is it Pfizer?
It's Moderna.
I thought you got yours before I did.
I got the first one, but I never got the second one.
You never followed up 2 weeks after?
Nope. Because I lost my vaccine card and I was trying to find how to get a new one.
But you could have still gone as long as you had proof.
I got an appointment and I think I was away when the appointment was ready. It was with the Baltimore Conventional Center. To reschedule with them was a hassle, but now it's easy to get a second one because everybody's easier. And I'll probably get it this week.
But aren't you required to get it like within the time frame? It doesn't matter.
I still have to get it again from start.
From start?
I don't mind.
Dude, that second shot, it wore me down, man.
I don't mind. If I
that shit fucked me up, man. Pardon my language, but it messed me up. Like I was out of commission for like 2 days.
Yeah.
I was out of commission for like 2 days. We don't want to give them free promo.
No, you can't be giving them free publicity. But yeah, I wear the mask in places that places still require the mask.
No, they don't. They don't. If you've gotten the
some places I went to get the establishment can still tell you
that you have to
have a mask.
Okay. Well, the places I've been to, like the mall doesn't require anymore. Like Costco, Walmart, all these places.
I went to get a smoothie on my way here, and then they had a sign saying we still require a mask.
I went to Readers too, but they said we require a mask unless you've been vaccinated. But
that's a very stupid sign.
But no,
to have,
exactly, because
it's
I can just say I
can't
got
say
vaccinated.
How you going? Unless you want people to start carrying that vaccine card.
Anyway, it's good to see things getting back to normal. That's
It is
the point
good.
I was trying to make.
You know, it's been a long year and a half.
Long
You
time
know,
coming.
RIP to everyone who lost their life.
Yes, so
You know, glad some people got the vaccine and recovered, the virus and recovered. Knock on wood, I never got it.
well, you didn't even know if you did. You might have.
The
The way you are moving,
I never
guy.
showed symptoms. If I
The way
got
you are
it.
moving, I'm sure you got it, and then you just never showed
I
symptoms.
never showed. I have
Because a lot of people get it and they don't show.
I have a theory that I got it very, very, very early on.
Same here.
Like when I mean
Same
early
here.
on, I mean before it even became a thing in America.
Same here. I have a feeling like I got it in Nigeria.
Yes, because when I was leaving Nigeria to Dubai, that Christmas period, that flight was one of the worst of my life because I was so sick. Like on that flight, and you know, remember that time the virus had been reported first that I saw it on the news in December, but it was in the UK, and you know a lot of UK people were in Lagos, so it's very possible somebody passed it to somebody who passed it on to me. You know,
there were a
that
lot
kind
of
stuff.
UK people
There were
that
a lot of
brought it to Lagos that
and I mean
time
we're out in Lagos, so it's very possible that
It's possible.
just from touching things and see at that point nobody was what do you call it, sanitizing or anything. We're just out in public share. You were at W bar at that point. You know how many people were there at the time? Like it's so easy. So I remember like just
I
that
was
flight.
at W
Yeah,
too.
W bar. So
That's
that was 2019. That was when it first opened up. 2019.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I was
you
there
went
in
2020,
like,
right?
in like March.
Yeah, so
early March.
Well, I think it opened in 2019. So I went to December that year. So it was still packed. It was still. It's funny enough, like now I'm hearing they're kind of shaming the place like, oh, it's dead. I think Nigerians just like exclusivity.
They just like the new shit.
New shit, but so like
But I heard they got like these new resort now in Lagos. Like towards like not in Elashio. Like I'm talking about like there's like a new resort. You know when you're going up that Lekki and you just keep going.
like towards Aja.
Yeah. They said that there's like a new resort there now.
Interesting.
That's like the new spot that everyone
This time
is
next
like,
year, somebody will be telling his Raz now
something
because
new will come up.
someone that can afford it now is going. You know, Nigerians just like to be very exclusive. It's
Very
just us.
exclusive,
You know,
man.
once every
Yeah.
other person now is going there, now it's like this place is casted.
It's dead.
You know, it's dead. But
But speaking of, I don't want to get off that corona. Did you hear about the lab leak theory?
that what?
That you remember we had talked about it. This was when Yeti was on that the corona may have come out from a lab in China.
Oh yeah.
Now they're saying that there may be some credence to that.
I mean, does anyone think it's not a man-made?
There were a lot of
virus?
people. There were a lot of people that came out, and when they said that this thing might have come from a lab, they got banned.
Oh, of course,
from social media.
This thing just didn't happen.
Yeah.
It wasn't just a phenomenon that just happened naturally.
No, it wasn't. It was
somebody
it was
messed up somewhere.
It was extraordinary.
Especially the way they tried to hide it and cover up in the beginning. It's obviously something.
But you remember how we're talking about, China, this, China, they were hiding, they were being very shady.
Yeah, very shady.
But the speculation now is that the US government, apparently this Wuhan lab, is funded by CDC,
very possible.
by NIH.
It's very possible.
They're funded to do research by NIH. So the speculation is that this is a whole thing, like a whole cover up between China and the US.
It's very, very possible.
I mean, all speculation.
I cannot put it past the quote unquote free world. I can't put it past them that it was some experiments for something.
If it's
They
true,
might have
it'll
been
be a crazy revelation.
They might have been making a virus that they wanted to weaponize. They might have been doing something. They might have been whatever. But anyways,
They've been calling for an
they
investigation.
came back to back up. Yeah, there's nothing's gonna happen, man.
No, nothing's gonna happen.
Just deal with it as we are all dealing with it. That's anything.
I'm just glad that we're back opening up.
Yeah.
Let's get into some music, man. What's popping out here in these Afrobeat streets? What's the latest? What's the who's popping? I know Lil J dropped a an EP. Low J's, this
track.
new
It's like SARS,
SAR's new protege,
I
I guess you can
protege,
say.
yeah.
We played one of his songs last
Tonongo,
time we were here, Tonongo. That dope track. He got an EP out. He got a WizKid feature too, right?
Courtesy of SARS.
Yep. Who else is out here? Buju is out here slaying these charts
this year, man.
He's slaying these charts. He's got this record. It's LADIPOE's record. I want to play it real quick because I think it's a really
if you have
dope
not
track.
played it on your Snap story or Insta story, you're not Nigerian.
I haven't even played it yet, but check this out.
I'm glad for LADIPOE, man.
Yeah.
Because I was worried when he signed with Mavis. I was saying Mavis doesn't like rappers, man.
And this is his second one.
This is his second one, yeah.
And I'm happy for Buju, man.
Oh yeah.
LADIPOE.
LADIPOE.
Let's go.
I like the way I'm feeling now. No confuse your regrets, but my blues I'm written now. I like the way I'm feeling now. I'm way gas my team with the stress me, but right now I'm chilling now. Way out my feelings and nothing can stress me. The way I run the game, I'm feeling like referee. No, like Moses parting the Red Sea, like a chauffeur, me in the back of the Bentley. So I step out, all white, can't stain. What you want? Rosé, champagne? I got that. Big bag, back pain. Taking the piss, the only time I can't aim. So we toasted a good life, living every minute to the full, cause I could die. Pull up at the spot, open doors, and it's suicide. Chilling rent free, where the check, please? Couple $100 G's on a good night. I like the way I'm feeling now. No confuse your regrets, but my blues I'm written now. I like the way I'm feeling now. I'm way gas my team with the stress me, but right now I'm chilling now. I like the way I'm feeling now. No confuse your regrets, but my blues I'm written now. I like the way I'm feeling now. I'm way gas my team with the stress me, but right now I'm chilling now. Yeah. All I wanna do is jive.
Yo, you know my favorite line on that track where he goes,
No come use your reggae for my
"No
blues."
come use your reggae for my
Rhythm and Blues
now."
Look,
That's a dope record,
what's
man.
his name? Buju. I've been on this guy since 2018 now, maybe on 19, maybe
He had
early
like
19.
he had like 3 records on the top 10.
Yeah. He
at
has
some
he has
point.
this feeling,
Yeah.
and he has the feature with Black Bones.
Yes, the Black Bones.
Blink, and then his
Yeah,
own
he has
song
his own record
outside.
outside.
He also dropped another song late last year. Actually, speaking of W Bar, he did reference W Bar in the song. I forget it, but his first major hit that I had heard him on was Spiritual featuring Zlatan.
I remember
This
that
was
one.
like, I think we played it on like
No, yeah,
2019.
it's on- yes,
I
it's
think
on
we
there.
did. But that was the first major one. But there was another song before then that
And by the
I
way,
heard.
Buju was one of the people that we had said to look out for.
To look out
in
for, exactly,
2021,
yeah. So it was on there. I forget the other song. He obviously has energy, but like, just speaking of choruses, I wanted to play the Do Me Nice song, Show Them Camp featuring Buju. Like, he's the king of choruses at this point. Like, he's becoming a king. It's just so amazing.
This is a hit too. This was like the one hit.
I need SDC to
that came
come
out
back.
of
They
this
haven't
album.
dropped a project in 2 years. Like, it's on like them. Yeah, you can. And it has a new song outside, like.
I like that
Buju
track
is-
too.
Buju
I
is-
love that
is-
track
is-
too. This is the outside track.
I'm glad that he's finally getting his record. And he signed to, Spaceship Records. I think he was. I think he still is. I think he is.
I wonder which of those Grammy winning records he wrote.
Story.
his latest record called Outside.
Me man, pick up your chest, I swear. If you no get money, they kill like that. When I face my fears, there's nothing I can do from here. For more in the first date, I make mistakes, I swear. For knowledge, I sacrifice my fears. And I stand right here. I say I'm better and you can't compare. Yeah. Cause when I get down, but do it, but they're mine. You know they can't see me outside. And me, I dare walk, I dare cry. When I get down, but do it, but they're mine. You know they can't see me outside. Cause me, I dare walk, I dare cry. When I get down, but do it, but they're mine. You know they can't see me outside. Cause me, I dare walk, I dare cry.
So actually, I was looking at, because if you look at that, it doesn't say Spaceship Records. It says what, To Your Ears Entertainment.
Yeah, they're saying that he may have left.
Actually, he might have left Spaceship. The Spaceship Records, which is
he was on one. There was this record. I think
it was Lenu that was
this. Yeah, Lenu was a record that I think was one of my most played records.
Lenu came out the year before, but then the remix with Burner.
It was the remix.
Yeah.
And that joint, I had that thing on repeat for a while. But yeah, man. So
there's another song he dropped last year. You can just play real quick. It's called So Lovely. That's the one that he
So Lovely
referenced W behind there. So it looks like he might have
left.
But I don't know if he has any issues with Burner, because I saw a video of him and LADIPOE dancing to Kilometer, and it seemed like it was. Click the song. What does it say the label is? So that was still on that spaceship. So it might have just left.
This was in 2020.
2020, yeah.
Very talented guy.
Yeah, so it might have just left Spaceship.
Shout out to Buju, man. It's a dope record. Another guy that's really, really, I mean, he doesn't seem to fall off. Anytime you count him out, he comes back with like another fresh new record. And he goes by the name of Olamide. I know we always talk about the 3-headed monster. I think it's a 4-headed monster right now, the way things are going.
I don't think so.
I think it's a 4-headed monster. So Olamide, he has this new record.
I think let's do it this way. So Olamide is on his own lane.
He is.
So I kind of said Easy to is on his own lane.
Yeah.
Now Olamide's lane is a more global, more recognized lane, at least in terms, or more powerful in African realms than what's his face, Mr. Easy's lane. Mr. Easy is global. So when we talk about the monsters, see, I like to classify just beyond, and it might seem unfair that why you going outside of Nigeria. The problem is like if you look at the Nigerian music where it's been, there was a time where we never used to listen to Nigerian music in Nigeria. We used to listen to hip hop and rap. Then around them late 90s, all them 20 tribes, all those people started to come. Nigerian music started to become a thing. But now in 2021, we've had them the Banjis, we have them Two-Face. It's that genre and that lane has been solidified. It's like you have conquered it.
Yeah.
It's time to move beyond. I think we've had it for 20 years now.
Yeah.
It's conquered. It's solidified. We know that Afrobeat is the shit. Nigerians love it. You listen to 90% of it. So, but now when I start to talk about the monsters, I'm not talking about those that have gone beyond that realm of Afrobeats in Africa.
Yeah.
I don't think Olamide has gone beyond that realm.
People have taken it to the next level.
They've taken it to the next level. So, and that's why I say he's in his own lane. If you sit them down in Nigeria and say, as a Nigerian in Nigeria, Afrobeat scene, he's a legend. Two-Face is a legend. When did Two-Face drop a hit last? But so Olamide is going into that realm. Yeah. He knows the Nigerian formula, but it's like, can Olamide sell out? I don't want to use O2 because even though it's not easy,
not yet. I'm not saying he's there yet. But the reason why I brought him up is because he has this new record, Rock, right? That it's become really popular. Yes. Apparently, it's made the top 10 Billboard charts for Thriller.
Yes, but let me hold you there.
Thriller charts.
See, the reason I don't take those. I don't want to say I don't take it serious. The reason I don't use that to justify is those kind of stats are the same stats that the likes of Your Number by Ayo J had. what's his name?
Okay,
What's the name of this
mean.
other guy? The guy that was Malik Berry with their Control.
Yeah.
They go look at Control on YouTube.
But Malik Berry is beyond just Niger.
Yes,
now,
but
though.
he's still not. But even the song Control, like what I'm saying is, I always use Gangnam Style as the example for all these things. Those are or that guy I think I found myself cheerleader that guy that sang it Omni.
Yeah.
These songs they're viral. So the problem with having a viral song is viral song does not necessarily transcend to you being the song might transcend to you to be. So it might be, do you know Olamide? Yeah. No, but I play rock. Oh, I've heard the song before. Yeah. If that happens, the song is bigger than you.
I know, but
so the three-headed monsters.
The reason why I said that is because that was kind of how Burna really started getting
that was
hot.
But it was there.
Right?
So what happened
it was because
so let's see what happens
people
with other
were looking
songs.
for
but again, they were looking for
Yeezy. They stumbled on Ye,
but then Ye now led them to Burna.
And then he opened up like
his catalog.
And that's what I'm saying. And this could also be the same thing.
But Thriller again is just like looking. I still feel like Olamide's catalog is not. It's an amazing catalog for Afrobeat, but I don't think
Carpe Diem was very mainstream.
But let's see. We can see. But I still don't. I'm not ready. The Three-Headed Monsters. They transcend the music. Wiz, Burna, Davido.
Yeah.
Hate or love or loathe any of them. They transcend the music. Wizkid has not dropped a song in 7 months.
I understand.
But he's number one on the charts. Burna Boy has dropped Kilometer and he went straight to number and he's still doing well.
But you would admit that the way Burna Boy kind of got that like spark.
Okay, the same can be said. Davido.
It came off of a viral moment.
Okay,
like,
but it's yes, but that's what I'm saying is that you can get a viral moment, and that's why I've used Gangnam Style, Cheerleader, Your Number by Ajay, and the one Malik song. But then it's like, can you follow up, or does the rest of your catalog? So the video 4 was the one. It was
kind of like a viral.
That got a viral
like
hit.
his viral.
But then
moment,
they went back into it, and then they saw that he has If. They saw he has other songs, and then the video himself.
Yeah,
the personality he carries is something people were more interested in.
But I'm thinking they'll be able to do the same thing for Olamide.
Let's see. He's always said he's not after international fame, which I think is a bold-faced lie, because I don't know why you tell me you'll tell people you don't really care and then you go get a distribution deal with Empire Records. I always said, look, at the end it's money.
Yeah. So, but I like the discussion I like how you broke this down. So out of curiosity, so we know for Davido it was 4. That was like his breakout moment.
Yes.
For Burna, it was Ye.
Yes.
For
Wizkid was one dance.
You think so?
It was one dance, and then
it wasn't Ojo Elegba.
No. So what happened? This is what happened.
Really puts on Wizkid to the world.
With Wizkid, Wizkid had Ojo Elegba, which when Nigerians heard it, we fucked with it instantly. Now, one dance. Now Drake did before One Dance came out. Drake did Ojo Elegba remix.
Yeah, that's what I thought.
Started to bring him into the limelight.
Yeah,
ish. But then it was still a Wizkid featuring Skepta and Drake song.
Yeah.
So he brought him into the limelight ish. Drake featuring you can shine small light on you. Like I love Mahokin or Macon, whatever his name is, I did the Tuesday.
I love Maconin,
Maconin, Tuesday featuring Drake. It brought him into the limelight-ish. But a Drake featuring Drake is not as powerful as Drake featuring you. Case in point, look at Lil Durk.
Yeah.
There's a difference when it is Drake featuring you. There's more light on you now. So
there is
Drake featuring.
You're right. Dirk took off. Now Dirk is like a big rapper. Now you know this guy has been grinding. He
has been grinding for a while. Some people actually think he just came out.
Yeah,
he's been grinding. So there's a difference. So Wiz having Drake featuring Wizkid on One Dance. When Drake was doing his promo tour for Views, he was posting all the featured artists on his page. Wiz was one of the artists he posted. And he was posting them with the little. Then he was having that Drake that was sitting on the CN Tower, that little version of him on like Wizkid's shoulder. He was doing stuff like that where he was posting like the featured artists and then like that his little stuff, him sitting on somewhere on the picture. So he posted it, and then it now became Drake featuring Wizkid, and that's how Wizkid. And then everybody goes back.
But then was Wizkid
and then see Ojo Elegba.
Was Wizkid able to capitalize on that immediately?
Yes, it was, because they go back and then they see Ojo Elegba. They see, the best thing is that when they see one song, they see other songs, because then you don't even have to do anything. Yeah. It's natural, and that's what happened to Burna. They saw Ye, then they saw the album,
Yeah.
they saw that song. They're like, "Oh, this guy is nice.
Yeah.
You don't have to do anything."
It was
So
the
now
outside
it's outside album,
that
the outside
come out
album
at the
that Nigerians don't fuck with, and you see a trend here. Look at Made in Lagos that Nigerians don't fuck with. That album is going to get nominated for a Grammy.
Nigerians still don't fuck with it.
Now, see, Nigerians they are forcefully fucking with it. You see, the problem with our music, the way the music, and that's why I said it's a different lane. Olamide, you see, people swore to me, or not swore, people swore on Twitter that A Better Time was the #1 album. A Better Time was not. Carb DM was better. Made in Lagos was better. Burner's album was better. Some of that is, but the music that they want to hear is that kind of, they like that kind, the best, but the problem with that kind of thing is, and it shows in our movies too, when you're comfortable, we know what we like, but then, so when Your Number by Arrdee dropped, for instance, Arrdee, Your Number dropped 2 years before it became acceptable. It dropped in Nigeria. Nigerians were like, what's all this one singing? And then all of a sudden, New York is listening to it. Everybody in America. Then guess who's listening to it now? Nigeria. That's what's happening. Essence, when Made in Lagos dropped, they all called it trash.
I find that really
They called it trash.
Whenever we wait till the international audience validates an artist,
before we now, but they
artist.
and that's where that thing makes artists lose focus. And that's why I said I am glad, no matter what anyone can tell me, Wizkid is Baba, because you know why? Wizkid is the one that gave me the likes of Omale. Wizkid is the one that gave me the likes of Rema. Wizkid is the one that gave me the likes of the Fireboy.
What do you mean he gave you?
They are the sound. They are following.
Okay.
Wizkid sound.
That's what you mean.
Yes, that's what I mean.
I thought you meant like he.
No. That's the sound. So because what happens is this. He's showing you, and this is where this is where my love for Wiz comes, is that he's showing you that, because you just said something about validation.
Yeah.
He's stuck to his sound. Do you know that now that Made in Lagos is doing well with that Essence sound, and then the album has the likes of, what's that song with that other love song that's on there, that's probably going to be the next one to blow off the album. True Love. With Te Iwa. Do you know how proud a Te Iwa would be to stick to his sound? Do you see how Thames is sticking to her sound?
They're gonna what they'll do is they'll release their next singles would sound close to.
So what happens is, and that's their comfort zone. You're not forcing them. So what that now happen is that you have multiple genres under the Afrobeat umbrella, where we're not all sounding the same. Olamide will give you his rock or his whole kind of song. Davido will give you his jams kind of song. But then you have Wizkid to give his jams, and then so everybody now wants to fall. So now you have a Naira Marley, a Zlatan, a Buju. 5 years ago, Buju was not going to be singing this.
Yeah.
Because he wouldn't even think of singing this. He'll be scared to sing a song like this. Because
like outside?
No, Buju, yes. Because he's going to be thinking, let me sing a song that has come with a dance. That's what everybody wants to hear.
Yeah.
And that's why I always try to distinguish. But anyways,
Well said.
Olamide, I'm glad. I love Olamide. And I think, I think he's been grinding so hard. Like, I do think, like, out of the monsters, he's the first to obviously get, like, if there was a Hall of Fame in Nigeria, I think Olamide would be the first to get the Hall of Fame out of those, out of Wiz, David, Burner. But I think he should be the first to get, like, a Hall of Fame. You think so? Olamide has tried, man, guy. This guy has dropped hits. This guy has like 5,000 songs out. Like, he drops them, and he's dropped hits every year. He consistently drops hits for the Nigerian market, at least Afrobeat market. He drops. I think, like, if there was an Afrobeat Hall of Fame in Nigeria, he should be. But is he part of the 3-headed monster? Is it enough to make it a 4-headed monster?
Not yet.
Yeah.
Well, with that said,
but Rock is an amazing song.
This is Rock by Olamide. This is the new record. I love this track. Check it. Check this out.
Girl, I just want me with rock. Girl, I just want me with vibe. Girl, I just want me with you like ice water. Me, my passion, baby, body. Be spend you my paper. After tonight, I go like to see you later. Pass on a vendetta against me, cause of you, I got many haters. I'ma give fine for your guy. Baby, waiting you define for your life. Man of fair broke, nigga, fight for your life. Roll with me, make I blow your ass up like Marilyn Monroe, you to set. Every man wants to open bonnet. No figgy, but they want to collect. Better guys, that's like a cassette. Mama let, don't you forget. Me I be cocky, but now I dey pressure. I don't default, baby to get. Bakasi causing domino effect. You don't need to introduce to yourself. Michael Jackson thriller, you are bed. If I say you for dark, I feel tell. The way your body take it, the bend. Girl, I just want me with rock. Girl, I just want me with vibe. Girl, I just want me with you like ice water. Me, mama, but she ain't my dear. Be spent with my paper. After tonight, I go live to the see you later. Pass on a vendetta. Against me, cause of you, I got many haters. I grab something, oh something. Like it's your birthday, go shawty. My worry. Nobody fit to take your place, baby, shake something. Them no feel yeah, better for mosquito. Beef them, get for me, pass it 1 kilo. Got my eyes on the price of my baby, you. Want to take your pampana do pillow. Mama let, don't you forget. Me I be cocky, but now I dey pressure. I don't default, baby to get. Bakasi causing domino effect. You don't need to introduce to yourself. Michael Jackson thriller, you are bed. If I say you for dark, I feel tell. The way your body take you, the bend. Girl, I just want me with rock. Girl, I just want me with vibe. Girl, I just want me with you like ice water. Me, mama, but she ain't my dear. Be spent with my paper. After tonight, I go live to the see you later. Pass on a vendetta. Against me, cause of you, I got many haters. Girl, I just want me with rock. Mama, she ain't my dear. Girl, I just want me with vibe.
Yo, honestly, this song could have been on that Carpe Diem album because it has that flow sound to it, that vibe sound to it. I'm not going to lie, man. Olamide drop 2-3 more of these songs, then maybe then I can start saying it's a four-headed monster, you know, because this song is transcending. Like,
yes, sir.
This is not.
Yes, sir. When I heard this, I'm like this is different.
And people need to understand so again, because sometimes it might come across as if I'm shitting on indigenous music. So it's like you look at, honestly, when you want to be global, there are two choices you have to make. You look at like, okay, Drake is arguably the artist of the decade. He's not arguably, he is the artist of the decade.
he won the award.
He won the award. So some people will tell you, but is Drake the best lyricist?
Nope.
No, he's not. So, but what did he do? When he's dropping music, what are you looking for?
The bottle.
Oh, when he's dropping music, he's creating music with a global mind in check. He's thinking of beyond his neighborhood, his comfort zone. He's going out, and that's what makes him the artist of the decade.
He's always going out to get.
Different inspiration, and that's why I'm saying is that now
this
rock
to like War the other day.
Yes.
I'm like, this
so you see,
still goes.
so you look at rock right now. This is a song. Even Jay-Z. Look at when Jay-Z had a Collision Theory album. Linkin Park featuring Jay-Z album. Like he did an album with the rock band. Mm-hmm. You gotta step outside. Now they
were rock rap.
They were rock rap. You get, so like think about it. He went outside his thing. So he went away straight from his gangster rap to stuff like that. So Rock by Olamide and Carpe Diem album is showing that he's going away from the woe songs and is the showing growth.
Watch out for that.
So watch out, man. Olamide is going to, if he keeps going this way, then I'm telling you, then we're probably talking about four-headed monster.
Did you see this? Omale, he performed for the Grammys. It was the Recording Academy. Yeah, did you see
Nobody
this?
can feel relate. I love the song.
Oh, do you know the song? I don't know.
It's on his last EP.
My God, it's not a man. No.
I mean,
you know Omale is like one of my favorite artists.
I know. That's why I picked it, because I was like, I don't know if you saw this.
I didn't see this.
So it looks like he got invited by the Recording Academy. So obviously they got their eyes on him when they start doing stuff like this.
I did my Spotify. Spotify, you know, that's not the one they did end of year stuff. They were telling me now that I discovered Omale before like 80% of listeners on guy. Omale is my guy. Like I love Omale.
He is music. Look at him. I think this is probably one
Africa's
of those.
next. Spotify. Is that Spotify or what? That's not just okay.
No, this is Pandora.
Who's on the right? Does that say not just okay on the right?
No, it's Omale now. He's
on
the
the top.
posted it.
What does that say on the top of the Africa? On top of Africa's.
You're right. It says not just okay.
Not Just Okay has
They must have a partnership with Pandora.
interesting.
But yeah, it's Fireboy, Olamide, and I can't tell who that is in the middle.
What does it say the name is? I can't see the name from here. See the name in yellow underneath her.
Shasha.
I don't know who that is.
I don't know who that is.
Shout out to Olamide, man.
Yeah, man. Yeah, boy. He's doing his thing, man. What else in Afrobeat? I think we've kind of exhausted Afrobeat at this point.
We can just do middle song now and know that we're done with music for a while.
No, before we do middle song, there are some things that came up. Yeah, because we are on a podcast. I wanted to talk about the Joe Budden podcast. You see what happened?
I saw what happened. I don't think Mal and Rory should have a podcast.
You don't think so?
Yeah, those guys can't hold a podcast.
They've been doing these ads. Okay, for those that don't know what happened, the Joe Budden podcast is like one of the probably the biggest hip hop podcast that's been out for a while. They've been dominating for a while. They've had some stumbles here and there. They had a partnership with Spotify at one point, and obviously, Joe Budden, in Joe Budden fashion, he imploded that whole deal. Joe Budden is this guy that he always walks back on deals.
Yeah.
Whenever it doesn't suit him anymore. But anyway, these guys stuck through him through all that, all those rocky periods. Mal and Rory are his two co-hosts.
Yes.
And they've always had this chemistry. I used to get a lot of my hip hop news from them. Now I get it more from academics, honestly. But they're very influential within the hip hop culture.
And they know people.
They do. They get like guests on.
They know they have insider.
They have insider news.
They're industry guys.
They are.
Yeah.
They are.
Even though they might not want to admit it.
They are. They are very industry. Raw and Mal and Rory for sure.
They are more industry than Joe probably.
They are.
I think Joe is more of a fake industry guy. They're like actual actor.
Joe is one of those like industry rebels that he doesn't like the industry, and he's always railing against the industry, but he's always still
But they are like they have the contacts, they have the
they do. Anyway, long story short was they had some kind of fallout on air. Actually, that's how it started.
Yes,
and it got to the point where Joe Budden was like, you know what, you need to take a break. He said that to Rory, who's the white guy. His race doesn't matter.
With the black haircut.
Yeah.
People always make fun of that.
Yeah, with the black haircut.
Black barber.
Yeah, although he's a redhead.
A redhead.
And he told Rory that, you need to chill, you need to take a break. And Ma was like, that kind of thing. And it's like, why would you? Who says how do you get to make that call? Yeah. And he's probably thinking, look, if you can do that to him, then you can do that to me too.
Obviously.
So obviously they imploded. They didn't show up, and Joe does a very Joe-like thing. He brings people sitting on their seats.
Yep.
And initially, he was trying to like smooth it over. He was trying to like just act like it was all casual, like nothing wasn't really going on. But then he came on the podcast, this one podcast that he came on, and he pretty much fired them on air. He fired Rory on air.
He fired their seats, their seats.
And
they weren't there.
Mom. Yeah. And it was a really big thing.
He fired Rory and then eventually fired
Mal. Yeah. But it was like a really big thing.
He said Mal used to hide detergents or something.
Yo, Joe Budden is a crazy guy.
But it's funny, like he's a
crazy guy.
He fired the empty seats. Like he was looking at the seat and was firing.
He says, you guys are done.
They're done.
And then they then put out their own podcast explaining what happened.
They were just looking for accountability.
They were just looking for accountability. It turns out this whole thing came down to money. They didn't know what was going on with the money. And with the deal that they had signed with Joe, they're contractors. They're not his employees.
Yeah, they're actually like contractors. They're partners.
They're partners.
They get a percentage of the money, so you don't get paid.
But Joe wasn't showing them.
He said, Rory said the first account he finally get in was through an email.
Yes.
Then Then it was like, what is this?
Yeah,
Then,
they found a $400,000
then
mistake.
no, that was after the email. Then he went back. Then they said the agency sent Capital Investment, something investment. I said the name
on
now
an
sent
Excel spreadsheet.
An Excel spreadsheet, which is where he then found the 400,000 mistake. And then it was like, yeah, first of all, this is not how you send accounts. Like you got to use like QuickBooks or something. Like,
Yeah.
it's not Excel. Anybody can type any figure inside an Excel sheet and give it to you. You know, so. But again, Joe's probably, so I think the problem is that he signed a deal with them where he probably maybe didn't think the thing was going to make money, or he really just wanted them to be an employee, and he just like, okay, well, if I tell
and then
them
he
that,
realized he made a whole lot more money. Even though they admitted that they got more money than they anticipated.
Of course. So
but
he also
they still couldn't see the books.
The books, yes. And they're thinking like, Joe is looking fresh, man. More money must be coming in.
And Joe has another podcast that he produces for these girls.
Yes.
Where
and they have a lot of stuff.
They have a lot of stuff. They have like makeup artists.
They
got like a whole new studio.
Yes, they got stuff. So
and I've seen this podcast. It's called See the Thing is these girls, these three girls that he does it with, and their views are nowhere.
Of course. So
yeah, I'm not shitting on anyone's views, but
I think Joe
their views are nowhere close to what Rory Amal's Joe Budden podcast do. You know, so I think they felt like this guy,
I think what, and then another mistake that happened is Joe had them. So Joe is the industry. No, Joe was the name. The popular person out of the three.
His name is on the podcast.
Everybody knows, Pump It Up. You might not know. Joe had a couple. There was this song he had with what was this R&B guy? It wasn't bad. Forget the name.
Marcus
Houston. Yeah, up in the club. Well, Joe has a couple. Like Joe is not bad. He's not a bad rapper.
Yeah.
Obviously, and his days with what was that Eminem's group again? Not D12. The one.
I forgot the name. I forgot the name, but there were like four of them.
Yeah, 4 of them. They weren't bad.
They're all really good lyricists.
Yeah. So Joe is not a but. So when he started a podcast, he already had his YouTube channel, and I think the first mistake they made, especially if I'm being a partner with you, is bro, we gotta create a whole new YouTube channel for this. We're not putting it on the Joe Budden channel. Joe Budden YouTube page starts to get subscribers.
Yeah,
starts to get a lot of stuff, and he puts other content on that page.
Yeah,
so he can, in a way, he can lie and claim, well, it's not only the podcast that is bringing all this money or all this income, all this stuff. It's just weird how I think they should have just done a whole separate entity on its own and not tied it to Joe Budden. Also, his name is on the podcast. It's like Joe Budden's podcast. So he's also entitled to feel like, if not for me. Now, why I said I don't think they should be doing.
Pump.
Hold on. Check this out.
Here's a Joe Budden song. I'm going to read it word for word like he read mine.
Logic. He hates Joe Budden.
Because Joe hates Logic too.
Pump. Pump. Pump it up. Pump.
What an asshole. And he's retired.
Pump it up. Pump. This is exact. Pump it up. We gonna do it like Let me get my glasses.
What an asshole.
But honestly, so
what an asshole. He goes on. He wears his glasses.
Pump it up if you came to get crunk. With a dime. With a dame. Excuse me.
Sorry.
With a dame. Okay, here, wait. Let's start again. He deserves the respect.
But honestly, Joe, I think Joe's beef with Logic is just salty. He's just salty, man. Like, Logic is not Logic has some decent music, but Logic is not like, I don't care enough to be upset that Logic is winning, or people think he can rap, or Grammy thinks he's.
But Logic put out this video in the midst of all the Joe Budden craziness, because it didn't just end. It didn't end with the Rory Amal beef. There was another girl that came out that apparently Joe Budden. She used to be on the other podcast that he's producing that accused him of making her uncomfortable.
Oh, I haven't seen that.
Oh, you haven't seen that?
No, I haven't seen that part.
all this stuff happened within a
Joe
week.
is always getting wasn't
He's
his
always
ex,
getting
wasn't his
some-
ex
it's some
accusing
bullshit.
him of like always jerking off his dog at one point.
No, he actually admitted
To it. Okay.
to jerking off his dog, and his ex felt like he had an inappropriate relationship with the dog. He said he felt like it was normal to like jerk off dogs.
The
But
guy has issues, man.
I'm not gonna play a video because I don't like playing those. I just don't like
he
getting
has
in the middle of
issues.
those
But
videos.
yeah. So the podcast actually, reason why I don't think Mal and Rory should do their own podcast is because I feel like Mal and Rory. First of all, I don't the idea. What happens is this: everyone is a fan of the Joe Budden podcast with Joe, Mal, Rory.
Yep.
Now that you see how it was when Joe replaced Mal and Rory, I actually did not watch any of those episodes.
I did, and I actually didn't mind them.
I didn't like it because I guess I was just waiting to see Mal and Rory.
Man, actually,
Then I feel like with Mal and Rory, I don't feel like I feel like they are co-hosts.
yeah,
That's what they are.
Like they're good
They
co-hosts.
are good co-hosts. And sometimes some people lead, some people follow. There's a shepherd, there's a sheep. Doesn't mean that they need each other.
Yeah.
Without the sheep, there's no shepherd. Without the follower, there's no leader. But sometimes we tend to think, because someone is a leader, they're more valuable than a follower. I believe Joe, as the host, works best for, look at this podcast, for instance. You go up and you get the agenda and topic. I really don't have that in me to be going to GAN. So if I was to break away and do my own podcast, as much as I can bring to the table, I probably wouldn't do much because it's just not in me to go and sit down and be researching topics and saying stuff like that. So I feel like Joe, because a lot of times when you look at Joe Budden podcast, Rory does ask Joe, so what we're talking about today and stuff like that. Like Joe is the one that brings it up and then starts talking and giving his hot takes or his sideways views, and that's what then ties them all in together and everything.
And then they kind of
check him, and so it's like a yin and yang thing. I think the two of them together are good. I don't like to use the word like sidekick, but they're good at that. Now having two sidekicks be a main, they will agree a lot of times, but it's like it won't be the same.
It just won't be the same.
And then the fact that we saw it, the chemistry.
It was the chemistry between all three of them
And
that
then
made it so special.
like
Joe would come out and say some bullshit,
and then
Mal would be like, "Dude,
Rory,
you
Rory,
tripping."
Rory,
and then Rory would be like,
Rory would do his own. Then Mal brought something where Mal can nobody will be saying anything. Mal just say on something
Random.
like yo. Y'all be having sex with the AC on? Just random. In the middle of it. Like, so that just like the fact that you are just having a funny, serious conversation and then just about ask that kind of serious, stupid question.
Yeah.
It makes you laugh and enjoy it. So
It does.
having Mal imagine doing that now with Roy, it's just like it won't be. And then the sad thing part is that we look towards we were expecting Rory, we're expecting that kind of content that we just got from Joe Budden. So viewers, they're going to gain new viewers, but I feel they're going to lose a lot more because a lot of people will say, "Oh, let me go and see what they're doing," and then you start watching and like, this is not the same.
Not the same.
So they're going to lose, but then a new crowd will probably come that enjoys what it is. So we'll see where it goes.
We'll see where it goes. I think we're due for our mid break now. This is a song that Wale just.
I've had this song on my playlist for a few weeks now. I can't believe I'm just
I wonder if I've heard it.
playing it on the podcast because I thought I had.
No, I don't. We
but
haven't played it.
It's an amazing song. It's called Bounce by Ruger. Ruger is signed to Jonesing Records, which is the same records which Rema is I don't know if it's also signed to.
Yeah.
The Prince's record.
Yeah, the Prince.
Yeah. They have Jonesing Records they have Ruger, they have Rema, Rema is also signed to Mavins, obviously. But Jonesing Records has. I'm trying to know.
Let me find out. The Prince is out here like finding talents.
Yeah. It's probably because Ruga is pretty good. This song is called Bounce by Ruga.
All right, check this out.
She wants a gangster in a bed tonight. She a wants me I know. And man, a full ground me a day tonight. She a calling my phone. Oh, she say why me so unruly. Tell me the main reason you want woo me. The man with a ED. Curious girl, she got questions for Sere. Wiggle that booty and wine for me. So crazy, you driving me. Girl, you put it on me nicely. She riding it, I'm sliding it. Spread your two legs slightly. Oh, mama, spread them so widely. Caribbean girl won't die for me. She have to die for me, yeah. Bounce your body away, bounce you out. Girl, you go down, not to south. Sure you agree, I know fish out. Yeah. Bounce your body away, bounce you out. I'm on no scream, no to shout. Yeah, no loud them, no loud them. Ninja boy, me not fear nothing. Me, I'm like money and they smell like meat. In a come for you every day flaunting. Yoruba, the money, they knock anything. Burning the midnight with a Rizla. And cock me rifle just to ease a Gina. Better quickly stop the teaser. Give what belongs to Caesar, to Caesar. Wiggle that booty and wine for me. So crazy, you driving me. Girl, you put it on me nicely. She riding it, I'm sliding it. Spread your two legs slightly. Oh, mama, spread them so widely. Caribbean girl won't die for me. She have to die for me, yeah. Bounce your body away, bounce you out. Girl, you go down, not to south. Sure you agree, I know fish out. Yeah. Bounce your body away, bounce you out. I'm on no scream, no to shout. Yeah, no loud them, baby. Bounce your body away, bounce you out. Girl, you go down, not to south. Sure you agree, I know fish out. Yeah, bounce your body away, bounce you out. I'm on no scream, no to shout. Yeah, no loud them, baby.
Yo,
That's
this
a
song
record.
is like when this is one of the
That's
songs
a
that when you hear
record.
the first time you're like,
That's a record.
who is this
Who
guy?
produced it?
I don't even check the stuff. Let me just say something, man. Shout out to the Prince, because the Prince discovered Rema and discovered this guy Ruga. I'm sorry, like, bro, that guy is a good.
He's
A&R.
doing something
He's
right,
doing
clearly.
something right, clearly. Again,
credits.
if you don't,
Cook
oh, that's where you hear the
beats.
cook right there. Again, don't
Beats.
be.
He's a Yoruba boy, Michael Adebayo.
Yeah, Ruga. Yeah, don't be
Interesting.
Don't be.
Is there a video for it?
There's a video. Yeah, you can watch it later. Don't be mistaken when I say. Again, let me just correct the Rema. I think it was like, isn't Rema signed to Mavins? Rema is signed to both Mavins Records and Jones & Wald. So Jones & Wald is owned by the Prince, who is Don Jazzy's brother. Mavins is owned by Don Jazzy. Jones & Wald is a subsidiary of Mavins Records. So the way you have RCA and Sony, so technically, if you're signed to RCA, you're kind of signed to Sony, but there's their own different entity, and RCA does its own thing, obviously. But with this one, it's a smaller label. So, like right now, Rema is on tour in the US. He was in the DMV, he was in New York, he was in Houston. The Prince has been the one with him throughout this
We
whole
have
tour.
to give the Prince his
So
dues,
we have
man.
to give the Prince like the
We
Prince.
have to give him
like,
his dues. I mean, what's this? Like, Rema is,
and then,
like, you know, I told you from the get go. I see Rema as the future of Afrobeat.
No, of course.
That's like the Prince right there. Like, that's the next generation of like superstars.
And the thing I like with Rema was Rema started off as the old Wizkid, and today he's his own sound. You get so. He's
completely different
guy.
artist.
I'm a big Rema fan.
I don't even confuse
You know,
them
I've always
anymore.
said that I love this new like guy. Every time I listen to music and Afrobeat, I'm always, because I don't. Maybe that's just why I don't listen. I'm just always like, I'm tired of always just hearing dance. Like, see this song by Ruga. Yeah, 5 years ago we weren't hearing this kind of songs. This is a record. This is
a nice record.
This is the American records, the melodic ones. All these guys. What's that guy that died? Juice WRLD. These are the kind of songs they used to sing. Melodic, you just vibe and sing along, and you're in the. The guy said, "You're a bad demon. I did not anything.
I did not anything.
No, but you know, it's a beautiful song. It's one of my favorite songs out right now.
I love the record, man.
Shout out to
love
the
the
Prince,
record.
the
And
Prince.
the Prince, clearly you're doing something right.
Give us more artists like
You're
this.
doing something
Yeah.
right. That's a dope record. I haven't heard the EP. Is the EP good?
The EP is actually not bad. There was another song on there that I fucked with. You know. It's you know, Maven's too is doing well, because I remember last time we played Two
Maven's.
Correct, Crayon and Rema. Crayon
Yeah.
is signed to Maven. you
Yeah.
know. So, and that's another one of my. You can tell the kind of music I'm starting to like now.
But we already said it now. Don Jazzy, when it comes to doing business, music business, they're doing it right. They're at the forefront right now. And Don Jazzy has done this thing over and over. He has had different rounds of stars.
Also, I said that you know, it's funny because when we posted that clip, what was his name? What was that guy? I forgot his name again. When you posted the clip, he said, I forget who was commenting on it on IG, because I said Don Jazzy was not the best. You know, I mean, I'm not going to lie. Jazzy with Bounce by Rema, he did his thing, but I still think SARS is. Guy, listen to that Lil J's EP. SARS, it really is not anybody's mate.
Tonongo is a
SARS is not
is a
anybody's
jam.
mate. Like,
It's a
again, Don Jazzy.
so someone opposed what you said
Yeah,
when
it
you
was,
said he wasn't as good as
what's
SARS.
his name?
Because I agreed with you that when it comes to music that we're listening today, I mean, you know,
What's the name of our podcast?
I think
How am I
SARS,
forgetting the name of everything now?
Smiling Sufferer.
Smiling Sufferer.
I felt like SARS.
Foxy P.
Oh, he did.
Yeah, because he said a case can definitely be made that he's the greatest. Yeah, so it was like greatest in terms of, so
you're always gonna have it's like that MJ LeBron
Yes.
argument. You're always gonna have the people that are very sentimental towards certain eras.
again, greatest. I don't know, the way I rate these things, it's the same argument I just passed about Olamide. I do think Olamide is that's why I say if there's a Hall of Fame,
Yeah.
I think Olamide is. But like, bro, SARS has done some amazing.
He did one dance.
Guy,
it was one dance.
Cannot, like, you cannot.
The minute
take
you said
it
one
away.
dance, I couldn't argue.
You
with
can't
you.
just
I was
take it away.
okay, I
Like,
can't.
he's done some amazing things that it transcends beyond just like what we know. Like, when you listen to, look at what they did with World. Look at what he's doing with Lil J. Like, it goes beyond just hits. I think where we confuse is just hit.
Yeah.
Hits is fine. Like, to give out back-to-back hits is not easy. It's not bins. It's not easy. But to also be able to just give us some other deep. I was watching a review of that Lil J song "Love and Attention" featuring Wizkid. Some British white guy he likes to review Afrobeats music and like break down this stuff.
Yeah.
He was falling in love with the instrumental more than the song itself. Like, kept saying, who produced this? Like, the layers, like, when I watch the guy's reviews, because he would talk about like under sound layer, undertones and layers, things I didn't hear in the instrumentals. It's like, it's crazy. But one thing I would like to say is shout out to all the Afrobeat producers today. They are giving us.
They're moving the sound.
They are moving the sound.
They
It's
are-
not.
they are
Think
really
about where we
pushing
came
the
from.
culture.
Think
They are
about songs
pushing the
like "You
culture.
Don't Eat My Car," where we came from. Like, look at
Yeah.
the beats now today. It's just like,
Yeah. It's
these-
impressive
these
what
guys
they're
are
doing. It's really impressive.
I was watching Ozediko's video of how he created and Do Maybe. Like, when you start watching how these people create this music, you're like, these guys are talented as fuck.
They are.
Well, yeah,
They really are. But moving on to other things, man. There was this song I stumbled on. Apparently, it's been making the rounds in the UK. This is like a hot record right now in the UK. Where we're going from Afrobeat to UK drill right now. This is supposed to be like a really big record. I heard it. I was like, I fuck with this. We've played one of his records before, Tion Wayne.
Of course, no.
But he's got a bunch of artists
Tion Wayne
on here.
I think he's Ghanaian.
He's Ghanaian. He's got a bunch of artists on here. He even had some New York drill rappers on here. And you know me, I always fuck with the drill sound. I've always fucked with the drill sound. Even ever since it started in Chicago, I fucked with it. So check this out. This is
actually Nigeria.
He's from Nigeria.
Yeah.
Tion Wayne.
Tion Wayne.
I'm on Niger. Ashiri.
Dennis Junior Odunwo.
Ashiri.
Yeah, he's actually Nigeria. I don't know why I thought Tion Wayne was Ghana.
Wait, Odunwo.
ODUNWO. Why did I think he was? I think he shot a video in Ghana, which is why I thought it was Ghana. The one he has with
Yeah. Oh, speaking of Nigeria, someone is in J5 is in Nigeria.
J5 is in Nigeria.
Yeah, I think he's doing records with Fireboy. I saw a video.
Buju DM'd him, or he DM'd Buju.
Yeah, he did.
The Buju J5 record would be nice.
That'll be sick. I wonder if Buju produces songs.
I don't know.
I don't know. But check this out though. I fuck with this record, and there's a kid.
I'm sure you guys know this song.
There's a kid in this record that I kind of followed up on,
Arrdee.
and apparently he's starting to like this white goofy kid, and I'm just like, who's this dude? It's interesting. But check this out.
You have to start the song again. Okay, there you go.
English girl named Fiona.
Big bad gal named Abiola.
Body yoddy shaped like cola.
Back up, bring it to the
And I'm still
owner.
up on the roads, could I left. Still chatting to my bros on the tech. Fuck that, man, I don't give a F.
Is that
What you wanna
Tion?
get, smoke cigarette?
English girl named Fiona. African girl
Adiola.
Body yoddy shaped like cola.
Is that him on the left?
Here come closer.
With the beard.
High as a cat, never sober. Python, hit him with a cobra. Free up my boat, Casanova. Free up my bad man persona. Bad man alone can control her. Sorry, your sis got bent over. Pushing my hood tech anaconda.
Have you seen the state of her body?
I love that they
If I
dance
be
at
it
that.
out wearing a Johnny Adiola, I wanna roll with a geezer.
Arrdee now.
See me on the lifestyle street.
Arrdee's like, Adiola, I wanna roll with a geezer.
That's it.
I might as well live in it. You smoke up in my hotel bill in it. You can do what you like,
I'm
darling.
like,
don't
look
give
at
it.
this goofy
Still get
kid.
brain when I smoke cigarettes. White boy wasted, can't get away. But my big brown in love roll with a zest. I'm a English boy, but I'm so bloody lit. Yo, Tizzy, my killie, I'm litty and burst. And nobody come silly. Pull up to the AP, cause we gonna get busy. The king of my city for really.
Man, I'm still up on the roads, could I left.
Brighton.
Still chatting to my bros on the tech. Fuck that, man, I don't
Oh, so
give a
that's
F.
Tion Wayne.
What you wanna get, smoke cigarette?
English girl named Fiona. African girl Adiola. Body yoddy shaped like cola. Back up, here come closer.
Don't come too close.
That is
Should I
it.
take Keisha or should I take Becky?
know.
Ross Tion Wayne
That's
both
not
said I don't
Bugsy
know.
though,
I swear
because I
Big
know
H should be
Bugsy.
sponsored by Nike's got so much tech when he's trying to
He's
throw
got
balls.
so many
All the nuts
features.
roll back that pole.
No, Bugsy Malone is
If you
actually
know,
not.
you
Is
know.
not
E1,
a
I'm
bad
bringing
rapper.
it back. Drop a gun link on, no one's be
But that's
slapped. I'm
not
in the
Bugsy,
back
though.
seat with a browning yak with the biggest the backs and the shoulder.
wait, it might be, I
Length,
can't
they
see
give
who's
us the
rapping.
biggest a chat, but live in the flesh didn't see no hands. Anything green get bunnies a cap. Got
that's
no one
not
in
him.
3 times 3's been bland for fashion.
You don't wanna get left in a mess. Gunshot from the right and the left. 50 G's will pay for your life. Get
Yeah,
blazed
yeah.
like Cali with no cigarette. Yeah. English girl named Fiona.
That's Bugsy.
Straight Hennessy with no cola.
Bugsy,
No man
yeah.
since Bear Camp and Zola. Hold on to the super soaker. Anything to be godlike. Made a clean hearted walk free.
Even Darko is on here.
It's ironic cause he got
Like,
wetted for spilling his drink on me.
He's full of
Patient
rappers.
just to help him breathe. Man drown when it's an internal bleed.
5-year-old
I don't
foreign
care
is
your
here.
nickname, but your last name, anyone can get R.
Man, I'm still up on the roads, could I left. Still chatting to my bros on the tech. Fuck that, man, I don't give a F. What you wanna get, smoke cigarette?
English girl named Fiona. African girl Adiola. Body yoddy shaped like
But
cola.
it's Tion Wayne
Back
and
up,
Russ
here come
Williams.
closer.
Yeah.
Hold up.
This is the remix.
I think I know it. I don't like a tongue girl, took a little low. Nigga get shot for smoking my roller. You said you got it, now you gotta show her. Shorty gon' suck me up
Ah,
until
is
it's
this people?
over. She like a little pretzel, you go forward.
I was like, they got American on here.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like,
I think I
you
really
get
see
the
it.
whole
Yeah.
banded
I don't say
together.
nothing, I don't clear no names. If man's not hot, then man's not lame. If man's get boomed, then I get blamed. I took a perky, I'm out of my brain. I ain't never stepping out of my lane. Man, I did a lot of shit, man, I'm proud of my name.
ZTMS CSS, chest shot specialist, wet my chest. BSS, back shot specialist, broke up the pum pum, leave that wet. Bad bees in love with the set.
This song is long, chat, but yeah, I thought it was a dope record, man. I heard it, I was like, what's this?
You don't want to hear Darko.
In the anger like that, Yola. Which one is Darko?
That's the one that's saying, I take it to
No
the
odds get vexed, no
That
net,
him?
but you know
No,
they scored
that
on
goes
them.
long, yeah.
Me and E just stepped on scene. SOS for anti-grease. AFG is an anti-team, I don't know about
This one
but
didn't even
I'm
show his
so
face.
weak. I see one of them, I see freeze. I met the hand team beat.
He literally didn't show his face the whole time.
Shout out my 3 times freeze.
He
Yeah, this
literally
Darko.
Crazy, had a roll lead and I switched
is
to
this
the
Darko?
AP.
Yeah, nah, she's a girl now. She's the one that did Gangsta.
Calling me baby,
I
telling
took it to
me
the
how
left
can I
and the
bring
middle,
that
yeah.
back? A Rolex can't
Nigerian
make me
too.
time be my
Really?
soul, bitch
Yeah.
compare me
I love how these Nigerian kids they're doing their thing.
You know what I'm strapped with it, yeah, know me, I'm with it, can't compare when you talk about
That guy
stacks. Can't
literally
compare
did
when you talk about stacks. 100K
He
when
had
I
the
pay
ski
my
mask on
Blend
the
it,
whole
shawty
time.
wanna make it black. Blend
I
it,
think
shawty wanna
that's
watch
his
us.
persona. The guy that
Lean
was
get
before
shot
that
for the
guy.
backseat. 2
Oh, yeah.
man
Yeah,
pull
you
up
can
and
stop
run
it
at
now.
the backseat. Gassed up top boy like Ashley. Tappy, swing get ying up badly.
Yeah, Darko she's Nigerian. She's Nigerian. You muted me, I think.
No, I didn't meet you.
Yeah, okay. Darko is Nigerian born.
Yeah.
Yeah, Darko. I take it to the left and the right.
Yeah.
I'm just
So there was this, like I said, there was this one kid that kind of stuck out to me, and the reason why I knew was because
Adiola want to mess with a geezer.
It was because academics had posted him, and I was like, wait, who's this kid? So I started going down this rabbit trail, and then I stumbled on this one song, and I was like, this is brilliant.
What is a full music episode?
It's this goofy kids. We're gonna veer off music in a second, but it's a few. Is it
Abiola? They will say Abiola. Abiola one.
No, Adiola is what they said.
It's Abiola.
It's not playing.
Yeah.
The heck?
Something's muted there.
Oh. There's this white kid called Arrdee. This is his latest single.
I just wanted some more. Never been for hot for more.
Is it Arrdee? It's Arrdee now, not Art. Right? Arrdee.
I just wanted some more, all of a twist. Think I didn't take risks to get to this sitch, don't take the piss. I've been scummy, I admit I did what I did, but I deserve this. That's why the ball got popped at 6. I know hollow one fuck by the evening, I used to think I'm just dreaming. I just wanted some more, all of a twist. Think I didn't take risks to get to this sitch, don't take the piss. I've been scummy, I admit I did what I did, but I deserve this. That's why the ball got popped at 6. I know hollow one fuck by the evening, I used to think I'm just dreaming. Now I'm up on my S-girls, all in her feelings. It's too late, darling, cause this ship is sailed away from your reaching. Ain't one for preaching, but I come a long way from all the rules I was preaching. Some lessons there ain't no teaching. Gotta do it and learn for yourself. I never did want no help. They just told me he's worrying about my health. Cause I've had 4 pints and 3 shots of rum and it's 12:30. In the afternoon, not the morning. Told him it's evening time somewhere else in the world. Plus, how you think I make it so lit? I mean, besides the facts, I'm the shit. I just wanted some more, all of a twist. Think I didn't take risks to get to this sitch, don't take the piss. I've been scummy, I admit I did what I did, but I deserve this. That's why the ball got popped at 6. I'm a hollow one fuck by the evening. I used to think I'm just dreaming. I just wanted some more, all of a twist.
You know what? Like the new, it's called grime music and stuff like that.
Yeah, UK grime.
UK grime is, they don't necessarily discriminate like that. Like,
oh really? Yeah, you think so?
Like a guy like this, it would be hard for this kind of guy to have views in America. I think they would kind of feel like he's taking a mick out of the or mocking the genre
they'll
itself.
say it's appropriate.
They'll say
it's appropriate.
Like I don't know if they're not accepting it, but like it seems, I don't know what the comments are, but I mean Grime Daily posted him on there, and also it's a genre that like it's weird that where you say it's from Brighton, right? Yeah,
it's from Brighton. And the reason why I know is because he really got popular off this one song that I think he named it 6 a.m. in Brighton or something like that. But it was this one song, and that was a song that actually really propelled him. And that song has like a couple million views. But that one was like another dope record.
Yeah, there's a lot of them now. I was telling you, play Central C earlier. I'm a big fan of this. And then UK music too is giving like you have the likes of Heady One.
Yep.
Then you have the more melodic ones like them Kojo Funds.
Yeah.
Arrdee Caprio. Then Western with the Jamo vibes, and that's what I want for Afrobeats too. Is like just to give us this type of range, so. But
anyway, we need to move on to other things. I want to discuss some of these Nigerian issues ongoing right now. I don't know if you know, Wale, I got dragged yesterday. I got dragged on Clubhouse. I got dragged. But let me just give you guys some context on what's going on. And I think we've talked about it on here before. And Wale, I've been hard on the Buhari government. I'm not a fan. I mean, we've made it clear. I don't know if you know, some of our videos even got banned off Facebook.
Oh, they did?
Because we're talking shit on the Nigerian government. So I want to make it clear for those that are wondering. I don't have any affinity towards that whole situation. I keep telling people I feel like Nigeria is a failed state. But something happened recently. But just to give you some context, there's been a lot of tension in Nigeria. A lot of tension surrounding the breaking up of Nigeria. Mm-hmm. there's several groups that have been really making a lot of noise. One of those groups happens to be IPOB, IPOB. That's the group that Nnamdi Kanu runs. They're calling for outright secession and outright rebellion. Would you agree?
I mean, that's not going to work, but they've been calling for that for a while. You can't.
But it's not just them. Yeah. You have other groups. We've talked about Sunday Igboho.
Of course, even that too is not going to work.
He's done with it. Then you even have some new groups that have come about, right? That are that have actually reached out to the UN for self-determination. My dad actually sent me the link for this stuff. I forgot the name of the group. But like there are people that are actually looking for self-determination for the Yoruba people. These are people outside of Igboho's group. Like, there's a lot of chaos when it comes to Nigeria right now. And there are a lot of groups that are looking to separate. This is no longer just talk. This is like, it's becoming a bigger and bigger threat. And it's becoming so big that recently, you had some groups in the south, south or southeast, one of those places, that they allegedly, they say they blew up INEC offices. Did you hear about that?
I saw that, sir.
Allegedly. The reason why I always say allegedly when it comes to Nigerian is because I never know what is true and what isn't true. So everything truly is allegedly. There's also allegations that region has been occupied by some military people. You know, and a lot of the Igbo people in that region, they're not happy about that. So there's cause for concerns on both sides. You know, you have Igbo people saying that like we shouldn't have like military people coming into our neighborhoods, especially military people from the north. But then you now have some of these instances where some of these groups, these militant groups, are allegedly, you know, causing some havoc with election offices in that region. And a lot of this stuff has been done while people like Nnamdi Kanu has been calling for open rebellion. This is a fact. These are just the facts that I'm laying. And with Nnamdi Kanu, this stuff that you can see on his Twitter, like this stuff that you can see, he even has a podcast. He talks about this thing openly. So this is not allegedly. This stuff is going on. So recently, Buhari put out a tweet. I felt like this tweet was very incendiary. Again, I've been saying it for a while that I feel like this presidency has failed.
He didn't
us.
put out a tweet. He said
it was a tweet.
He said it.
He first said it in a video,
and then the account tweeted like the transcript of what he said.
Oh, is that what happened?
Yeah.
Hold on.
He said it in a video, and then the Twitter account tweeted. Does Buhari know how to use Twitter?
No, probably not. Probably not.
It's not what they told me about Twitter that he knows what Twitter is.
But basically, in the tweet, right, like the part that really, really got people upset was he said, many of those misbehaving today are too young to be aware of the destruction and loss of lives that occurred during the Nigerian Civil War. He invoked the Civil War. Once you do that, you already know that you're going to have fights. There are people that don't joke around with that. There are people that are still suffering the consequences of that. So I'm not here to diminish what happened in the Civil War. He went on, those of us in the fields for 30 months who went through the war will treat them in the language that they understand. So that's a veiled threat. Whether you like it or not, that's a threat. I felt like he went too far. I felt like that was a breach too far. Now, we know that he's saying this in response to these things that have been happening in the southeast, south regions.
Yes,
we know that for a fact.
They've attacked police stations.
They've attacked police stations, and he's saying this in response to that. Again, I don't know if Twitter is the place to do that, but he did it anyways.
Yeah, it wasn't the accounts tweeted it, but yeah, I mean, maybe they shouldn't. But even if they didn't tweet the video, he did make a video.
But he said what he said.
That's how he feels.
That's how he feels. I don't like it. I don't like that he said it. I felt like he was insensitive. And the reason why, and it's very important that I make this clear, the reason why it's not enough to just make that kind of comment. During the Civil War, there have been accusations and allegations, very credible allegations that war crimes were committed during that period. Even till today, I still argue with my dad. This is something that has caused so much contention between generations. And Igbo people, they felt for the longest time that this has never been acknowledged. I don't think it has been acknowledged that there were some serious crimes that were committed during that period.
Of course, there was.
That the Nigerian government has never recognized.
Of course.
You know, it wasn't just like serious war crimes, like stuff like starving people out.
Yes.
There are pictures of this. There are pictures of this. And there were all kinds of atrocities that were being perpetuated. There's some people on the other side that have even said that even on the Igbo side, there were some things that happened within South, where the Igbos occupied the South. Because, you know, it's not everywhere that just Igbo, right? There's other areas like Delta and these other smaller tribes that aren't necessarily Igbo. They were occupied, right?
Yes.
And there have been allegations. How true they are, I don't know. But there have been allegations that there were some inhumane things going on even in that instance. Again, this is all stuff that has... If you go online and people bring up Biafra, I mean, you can get cursed out easily. Yes. So I understand how sensitive this stuff is, which is why when Buhari put out that tweet, I was like, damn it. I'm like, why did he have to do this? With that said, people online, what they did was they reported those tweets. And they reported it to the point that Twitter felt like they needed to have some kind of response to it.
As they should. It's their platform.
It is their platform. But you also have to understand that once they do that, they are wading into something.
But I had the same stance when they deleted Trump's tweets. They can do whatever they want to do.
They can do whatever they want to do.
And whatever happens after that to them is part of the game.
Fair enough. Yeah. But in doing that, right, what they did was they deleted Buhari's tweets.
Yes.
And they said that this is why we're deleting it. It doesn't meet our standards, this and that.
Yes.
Me personally, I feel like Twitter tends to pick and choose whenever they want to enforce these rules. Because there are people that would say that Nnamdi Kanu has said worse
Twitter
things.
Twitter is not a government.
Yes, but there are people that will say Nnamdi Kanu has said worse things on his Twitter.
Of course.
And he didn't get deleted or banned or shadow banned or any of these things. So the way I took it,
Nnamdi Kanu is not a president.
But that's all well and good. The Nigerian government decided to respond to that
by banning Twitter.
By banning Twitter on Nigeria.
But Nigerian government has been wanting to ban Twitter.
They've been looking for an excuse. Honestly, I wasn't surprised. They've been looking for every excuse.
You look at
let's talk about it.
The reason behind this thing is, first of all, I'm fine with Twitter deleting anything they want to do. Now, is Twitter, Twitter is even better than, what's his name? Zuckerberg. That one is even worse. Because that's the idiot who, well, let me call him idiot, he's a billionaire, but that's the guy who, didn't, when the whole NSAS thing was going on, they did not flag all the posts for 24 hours or 48 hours, and they claimed, oh, sorry, we were falsely, like, those ones are, but Twitter has always stood by, Jack has always stood by his own thing, where Jack feels like elected officials, from what I've seen with the Trump case and this guy, I think he did it in Congo or somewhere, or Brazil or some country. He's done it somewhere else. There's another country he's done this thing in. It's his platform. He has every right. He's not a elected official. He's not a government. He's a private citizen who has every right. If he can ban Trump, who's worried?
Fair.
So in his mind, especially, he doesn't know. Jack doesn't.
By the way, I don't think it was right for him to ban Trump either.
Okay,
I don't think it was right.
He has done that.
Here's where I stand on the issue. I'm a free speech absolutist.
Okay,
meaning I don't care how egregious it is. I would rather see it.
Okay,
and I would rather have it be there.
Some believe while they are alive and they have the power to stop certain things, they will stop it. So so by
stopping it. But by deleting the tweets, what was the outcome of that?
By deleting the tweet, he set a precedent that guy, you can't be saying shit like this.
Yeah, but he still said it. He still said it in real life.
You're not going to do it on my platform.
Fair.
Now again, Jack cannot. this is something that he has to go in full in. This is the same guy who was tweeting links for you to be able to donate cryptocurrency when the Nigerian government was shutting down bank accounts. He will be a pussy if he actually let this thing. Nigerians reported this because they know they have Jack on their side.
But what I'm trying to understand.
Jack has been to Nigeria.
What are the consequences? What I'm trying to understand is that by deleting the tweet, what have we achieved?
His platform is that you didn't do it on my platform. You can go and say it on Facebook.
Yeah, but he already did it on the platform.
Okay, and blocking is to tell you that don't do it again on my platform. Deleting it is to tell you that you can't tweet. When he deleted Trump's tweet, did Trump tweet anything again that was going to make him delete?
But then the immediate reaction to that was that they now banned it for all of Nigeria.
Okay, because you're dealing with dictators. So at this point now, it doesn't matter. It doesn't matter. You do something wrong to me.
So then, would you admit that Twitter, Jack, has contributed to the escalation?
He has not.
You don't think so?
Someone just did, there's an analysis that I saw which was funny, but it's true. I beat you. I come to your house. I beat you in FIFA. You now say, or you come to my house. You come to my house because Twitter is Jack's house, and then I beat you in FIFA. You brought your game. You now say, I'm taking my game. I'm taking it and I'm going home. Okay. Or you can easily just accept it and be like, dang, just take it.
Yeah, but then
Trump did not ban Twitter.
But then do you see there's something? But do you see there's something wrong if he does it for someone like Buhari, but then he then ignores for other actors?
Nnamdi Kanu is not a.
But what does it matter? But what does it matter?
Nnamdi Kanu cannot.
But Buhari is still the president of Nigeria. Yes, do you understand? It doesn't matter.
Nnamdi Kanu cannot mobilize police, Air Force, military.
Yeah.
Nnamdi Kanu cannot evade. Nnamdi Kanu should not even be taken serious. Okay. Nnamdi Kanu, honestly, I've looked at that guy's tweets, I've watched his videos. That man just looks like someone that is starving of attention. Okay. That man does not look like a leader. It doesn't look like someone that has a plan.
Yeah.
Sunday Igboho looks like somebody that just came out of the ashes to take. I understand he's pained.
But you understand deleting the tweet.
No, hold on. Let me go because
mobilizing.
Hold on. But you're talking about Nnamdi Kanu. Let me go with these people. The reason I feel like, look, Nigeria was created to divide. It wasn't created as one. And that's the issue we're having is the constitution. Yeah. Now we'll get to it. The UAR thing. Nigeria is trying to amend. They try to amend the constitution every other. So they are going around trying to see what can we do to amend.
No. So don't skip over that. Explain what UAR is for the people.
So Nigeria, they're going around right now trying to have people suggest, taking surveys for amendment for the constitution.
Yes.
Some guy somewhere decided to suggest he wants the name changed to UAR,
which is
United Arab Republic. African Republic.
Yes.
It's never even got to the Senate.
Okay.
It didn't even reach a first reading.
Okay.
But again, you see, sometimes we're very unserious. We focus on the wrong fucking thing sometimes.
Yeah.
This is a guy. This is not a. Let me see what's his name. His name is Adeleye Jokoto, a tax consultant.
Yeah.
Why is United Arab African Republic a topic? This is something we should dismiss. But because one news article saw it, pushed it out there. Some people, I was on Clubhouse yesterday. Some people don't even know. Some people think the Senate were trying to pass the law. Nigeria is going around trying to get things to amend, like taking their transfer. Let me read the.
I'm trying to understand how this is connected to.
No. I'm just saying. No. I'm just talking. So they're trying to do things. We should be focusing on things like that. We're trying to amend the constitution. Let's go out and push. Ignore the Nnamdi Kanus. Ignore the Sunday Igbohos to an extent. Ignore these people and focus on Nigeria. Cannot divide. You want to divide.
Wait. You're saying Buhari should ignore
not Buhari.
Police departments getting bombed?
Not Buhari. Let's talk about. So this is what I'm saying. Let's start with the citizens. We are focusing on Buhari now, right? That's the main problem. Buhari is the problem. I'm saying that, okay, how do we fix it?
I think there's problems all over.
You are bringing up Nnamdi Kanu. And I said, we should not let people like even if Nnamdi Kanu tweets, he wants to divide Nigeria into 25, I don't think it's an issue. I think we should ignore him. He should not have a voice. He's a private citizen.
But he does have a voice on
and
Twitter.
That's what I'm saying. He should not have a voice.
But it doesn't matter. He still has followers.
Fine. Nnamdi Kanu is still not an elected official. Nnamdi Kanu is powerless. All he can do, even if Nnamdi Kanu says you people should go and line up and in front of a building and what they call it,
okay,
strike or whatever, Buhari has the power to say military go and wipe them all out.
Okay.
So Jack feels like an elected official like Buhari should not be saying things like he's saying.
Okay.
So Buhari is a I saw that Adamuj Garba guy on Channels TV talking about, why is Jack picking and choosing? He picked this one
because he is.
Okay, but he's allowed to pick and choose because Nnamdi Kanu is not a factor.
But you can see how he has escalated it.
How is he escalated
as
it?
a result,
a president on my platform cannot be talking about civil war and saying that I will treat them in the language they understand.
Can I explain to you how he has escalated it?
Is that not the same thing Trump said? Those are the same words Trump used now.
No, he never said those words.
What did Trump say about the...
Forget Trump.
Okay,
let's go back to this. Let me tell you how he has escalated it. The Nigerian government has responded, and guess who is suffering for it? Let me finish. Wale, let me finish. It's not the people that are going on Twitter in the Obodo Oyibo that are suffering. It's the people in Nigeria. And you know what? No, let me finish. If this keeps getting escalated, right? If this keeps getting escalated, and I'm not trying to shy away any responsibility from the Nigerian government because I feel like they failed. But my problem is, like I said, I'm a free speech absolutist. We cannot only like free speech when we like it or when it's convenient for us. It has to be absolute.
So you are saying,
and my thing, let me finish now. I'll let you go on. My thing is this: it didn't matter whether that tweet remained there or not. It made no difference.
Okay.
If we really believe in free speech, we should have left that thing there the way it was. What Jack did was he escalated it, and as a result, right, Buhari, wrongly so, has now limited the free speech of a lot of Nigerians. He's threatening it, and if it keeps getting escalated, what's going to happen is it's not going to end at Twitter. At some point, it can lead to the whole of the internet.
And now
I'm not taking any responsibility. I don't think it should ever get to that point. If it does, I still think that we should call Buhari out for doing that. But my thing is this, right? It is Jack is not in a position. It is not. I understand it's his app, but he should not be in any position to tip the scale in one way or the other when it comes to international matters.
Correct.
And he's been doing this constantly. He did it with the Trump election too, and I disagree with it. So I've been consistent this whole time.
I understand what you're saying.
I'm a free speech absolutist. Leave it the way it is.
I can have a house and say, Olamide, come in. Sunday go, come in. Buhari, stay outside. It's my house.
Okay.
So why? So the idea is to now go and tell nobody else to come to my house. Is that what Buhari is doing?
But then Buhari has made the decision to retaliate against your house.
And now guess what that shows? That shows that you have a stupid.
No, it shows that it never should have escalated to begin with.
I said, so, Corey, you cannot sit down.
But anyway, this is what I got dragged on Clubhouse for.
Corey, this is what I'm saying. You
yesterday.
cannot say because somebody is a mad dictator, or because somebody is petty, or because somebody is incompetent.
But then you're treating your heart like a mad dictator.
No, but you can't say
you're picking and choosing whoever you want to side with.
You can't say because of that, I'm going to be like, okay, you know what? If I do this, a Trump, a more powerful president, a someone that can even say is more of a lunatic than this guy, did not ban Twitter in the United States.
Why would he ban Twitter?
So why would Buhari ban Twitter?
It doesn't serve, because Twitter is a United States company.
Okay.
At the end of the day.
So fine. So you're saying,
but it doesn't mean that people have questioned whether Twitter should have this much power. Because here's the thing: you keep saying this is his own company, but what you don't understand is that Twitter is a platform that's like a utility almost.
And I said he doesn't want to talk about civil war on his platform.
Yeah, let me finish. It's as if, like, Twitter, without Twitter, there's a lot of things that you can't. Let me finish now. You're always interrupting. Right, there's a lot of things that people can't. A lot of voices
that won't be heard.
That wouldn't be heard because of it. And here's what the U.S. government did. The U.S. government made an exception for companies like Twitter, Facebook. It's called Section 230 or something like that. It's an exception where that they don't get to be sued for content that's on their platform.
Yes.
That was an exception that was made specifically for them. And that exception made them even more powerful. What I'm trying to tell you is that platforms like Twitter are like a public utility. I'm not saying we need to regulate. I'm not saying we need to do any of these things. But what I'm saying is that if we are going to hold people like Buhari to the highest standards of free speech, we should be able to hold these companies and not only like free speech whenever they block one person or the other. Like, free speech is free speech. We cannot pick and choose when we want free speech to be applied. And if people are going
Says
to
who?
let me finish. No, I'm just saying that. Look, if you really want to abide by free speech, you cannot be subjective. You cannot.
Okay,
you can only like free speech when you like it and when you don't like it.
He doesn't want to.
It doesn't work like
Fine,
that.
he doesn't want to.
It doesn't matter what he wants or what he doesn't
Why?
want.
He's a private citizen with a private company.
No, it's not a private company.
What is Twitter then?
It's being used worldwide. It's a very public company. It's a very, very public company.
Are you telling me that Twitter cannot shut down today if he wants to shut it down?
It's a very public company.
Can Jack not sell Twitter if he wants to sell Twitter? Can he not shut Twitter down if he wants to shut Twitter down?
He can sell Twitter if he wants to sell Twitter.
He can't shut it down?
What I'm trying to tell you is that I am a free speech absolutist. Okay. And what my own personal feeling is that we cannot pick and choose when we want free speech to be applied. So now that Buhari has taken away free speech for a lot of Nigerians because he's retaliating to Twitter, because Twitter retaliated against him. What is the moral ground that you want to use? Do you understand what I'm saying? And again, I'm not trying to justify anything Buhari has done here. But what I would say is that, look, and this is the point I'm trying to make.
But it does sound like you are trying to justify, because this is what
I'm
you're
not,
saying.
no.
You're trying to say that, Buhari will acted like a wild animal, and that he is on, and you're trying to say
I didn't think he acted like a wild animal.
It is. Are you telling me that
No,
him saying let's ban Twitter is not overreacting?
I said no. I said the initial tweet. I didn't think he was acting like a wild animal.
I'm not talking about the tweet.
That was
I'm
what
talking
caused
about
his ban.
reaction.
But that was what caused his
ban. You
ban.
slap me and then I throw a grenade at you.
What? Look, it doesn't
matter. Is that the reaction?
It doesn't matter what the reaction is. The point I'm trying to make is this: people that called on Jack Dorsey and Twitter to take this action, a lot of them were people in the Obodo Igbo that wouldn't have to suffer the consequences of the escalation.
They were not thinking that the president would say that they should ban Twitter.
I already thought it. I knew it. They've done, like China has done it already. China has banned Twitter. A lot of countries have banned Twitter. And you know what? Nothing happened to those countries.
Okay,
let me finish. You keep
on.
interrupting me. This idea that I think we have this false sense of power when we say, "Oh, we're going to use Jack Twitter to do our bidding," not realizing that there are far bigger consequences for people that actually live in the country. Let me be honest with you. All of us on Twitter, we're not majority of Nigeria.
Of course,
the majority of Nigeria does not give a shit about Twitter. The majority,
so why are we having this
topic?
Why?
Because they cannot afford Twitter. But the reason why I'm having this topic is that if this keeps getting escalated, right? What Jack Dorsey is doing, he is tipping the scale within a situation that's already tense. And I think that is wrong. And you know what? All these people that are calling for Jack Dorsey to do this, do that, all this power trip that we think that we have. Oh yeah, because Jack Dorsey deleted the tweet. He deleted the tweet. He still said what he said. It's not going to make a damn difference. We have to think about the consequences. And I think we have to stop thinking about immediate gratification just because we want to prove a point. It proves no point. The vast majority of Nigerians do not have Twitter. It matters not to them.
All right, let me pause
It matters not to them. And if it keeps getting escalated, you know what's going to happen?
What?
We're going to end up at a point where the entire internet structure is going to be shut down because they're going to feel like people like Nnamdi Kanu can incite violence and cause more. I don't think we realize.
Let me pause.
I don't think we realize the implications of our actions.
There are two things here that don't have to go hand in hand. Buhari and his actions and statements is side A is one thing. Mm-hmm. Twitter is another thing. Mm-hmm. With or without Twitter, Buhari said what he said.
Yes.
With or without social media, Buhari said what he said. With or without it, Buhari feels the way he feels.
Yes.
There are two things we have to tackle.
Yes.
The thing that is more important to tackle is Buhari himself, how he feels and what he says and how he acts. But this man, Buhari, can wake up tomorrow and still ban the internet if he wants to ban the internet, with or without Jack. Now, let's go to Jack.
No, he can do it with the help of Jack.
Now, let's go to Jack. Jack is running his own company. Private, public. When I mean private, I mean it's not a government entity.
Yes.
Jack is running his company.
It's not really Jack, private. It's actually being
public fine, whatever.
It's actually being upheld.
It's not
by the US government.
But it's not a
because we've created laws to actually make it powerful.
That has favored him the same way Nigeria and Buhari has created laws that have made Dangote powerful.
Yes.
It happens.
So we have to hold him just as accountable. Our US dollars. Our taxpaying dollars go to Twitter indirectly in a lot of ways.
Dangote accountable?
No, they don't.
When
Not enough.
When Buhari
Not enough.
when Buhari locked
Not
the
enough.
when Buhari locked the border and they only opened it for Dangote,
Not
did
enough.
anybody scream? And
Not enough.
But anyways, this
but you're making it seem
but
as if
let's go back
as
to
if
Buhari.
it's Jack's company. No, it's not just his company. It's a public company.
So Jack,
the U.S. government props up that company.
And Jack and the same U.S. government president suffered from the same person.
Yeah, wrongly.
So Jack,
wrongly.
that is fine.
They shouldn't
right
have.
or wrong. Jack feels I don't want you. You can go and say this thing on High Five.
Okay.
We're going to say it on he's the owner of MySpace, or maybe it used to be. You can go and say it on Facebook. You can go and say it on Instagram, but don't say it on my platform. So he has taken it off. Now that is side A.
I don't think he gets to choose.
He has the power, so you don't think so. But guess what? If he didn't have the power, he won't be able to do it. That's number one. Number two,
he's playing with fire. I'll tell you that much.
When the man put office in Ghana, everybody thought he was Ghana, that he made a mistake. He knew what he was doing. He's like, you people, I'll still get you. Now, part two. What he did, of course, he knows there's going to be repercussion to an extent.
Mm-hmm.
If Jack maybe had Twitter in Nigeria, maybe he wouldn't have done it. Someone said if Jack had Twitter in Nigeria, office in Nigeria, they would have probably gone to raid up everybody in his office. Adamu did his interview today on channels or yesterday talking about, first of all, that Arrdee is promoting an app. He's using this platform, this opportunity to promote another app that is like Twitter, supposedly, that he wants to use.
I heard.
That he went to copy Spotify's terms of agreement. Anyways, that's
Did he have Spotify in it?
He has Spotify in it. The links were going to Spotify's website.
Oh my gosh.
Nigerians already reported him to Spotify on Twitter. They use Twitter to that's number one. No, then so obviously there was some behind the scenes. They were waiting for this to happen. So they were waiting. An app doesn't just come up overnight. They were waiting. He cited Nnamdi Kanu. Sure, that this guy did not ban or block Nnamdi Kanu. That's okay. I understand that you might feel Nnamdi Kanu should be blocked. Fine. Number three, he cited that he didn't care about NSAS, that it wasn't about NSAS he was against. It was against Jack, that it seemed like Jack does things to undermine the Nigerian government. Okay, what did Jack do during NSAS period? And this is where the main cocoa is from.
Yeah.
Jack used his platform to promote that, okay, you guys have, you see, the Nigerian government is trying to run like a dictatorship. And what's happening is that Twitter is taking away that power. Number one, they went to shut off the lights and cameras.
Can't take away the power, though.
They went to shut off the lights and cameras at Lekki. Social media today has said they were able to view, they were able to broadcast. You know, obviously the Nigerian government is who reached out to Instagram to be flagging those things as false.
Yeah.
But at some point, you know, Twitter never shut down anybody's post of NSAS. The DJ girl streamed on Instagram, so Instagram says everything is false. Eventually, I guess Instagram realized that this thing is bigger than whoever in Nigerian government is telling us, like, we can't hide this anymore. Social media has shown that if there was no social media, that whole NSAS thing would have happened, done, nobody would know what really happened. They would tell us nobody died, and they take the bodies away, and it's done. Bodies are still missing till today. Everything these people have tried to do, they shut down bank accounts. So this is what dictators do. It's like, okay, fine, we're going to send army to kill you guys. We're going to lie about what happened. We're going to how are you guys making money? We're going to shut it down. Are you telling me that you know how to shut down bank accounts, but you can't find the people that are sponsoring Boko Haram and all these people and shut down their fucking bank accounts?
So, but let me ask you something. Do you think we got anything from the NSAS movement?
Hold on. We got that we have a bastard in the office. That is what we got. A man that doesn't care about us. I once supported this man's regime in the first terms. People died, but they lied. A tone-deaf person. Number two.
But you understand that us echoing NSAS, right, may have contributed to that.
Oh, we cannot be now saying that because you have a psychopath or because you have somebody who is insensitive. Look, I have said it. I will tell you something. Buhari has done some good things in Nigeria. I like the old transportation thing with the trains.
Yeah.
He's doing all the second Niger bridge, all those bridges, all those things. But there's a lot of insecurities in Nigeria. Then now you are showing us that you can act and react overnight. Why are you acting and reacting overnight to the things that don't matter? To Jack Dorsey deleting your tweet, but when you can't act and react overnight when 700 kids, how many 100 kids have been kidnapped in how many days? You can't act and react overnight when the Nigerian youth, because you have an earring on, you're getting killed for NSARS, by SARS. You can't act You can't act and react overnight when these insecurities are happening, when your citizens are happening. Do you know the kids that got kidnapped recently? I saw a thing on shout out to Arrdee TV where the man was crying that so many people, mothers of the children who are kidnapped, have died because when they heard the news about their kids getting kidnapped, they passed out and had a heart attack and died on the spot.
So you think
you can't act on overnight, react overnight for that?
So let me ask you something. So I agree with you. You think the Nigerian government should do more?
Yeah, and it shows they can do more to protect, but they don't care. Citizens. You are making laws to protect cows. Yeah. Your idea of giving out look at America now. We're talking about doing the whole COVID. They did PPP, even though people are doing PPP scams. Nigeria's idea of that is to give you palliative that day. They have people that are hoarding the palliatives, and nothing has ever once happened to them. Look at that woman. What's her name?
But at the same time, you're saying that we should ignore people like Nnamdi Kanu that are calling.
Nnamdi Kanu is not elected. I don't care about elected officials. Non-elected officials.
You're saying we should call people like Nnamdi Kanu.
Do you want to know something?
We should ignore people like that that are calling for more disruption.
Do you want to know why? But do you want to know why? Do you want to know why? Do you want to know something? Do you want to tell the easiest something? Nnamdi Kanu exists because of a failed country. Sunday Igboho exists because of a failed country. Because you know why? You can eat. You and I can eat. Yeah. You and I have food. We and I have light. You have water. If one idiot should come and tell us that we should fight to succeed Maryland from Ubla, are you stupid? But if we were suffering in this Maryland and we're suffering, we can't eat, we have no food, we have no water. Do you know that the people that are telling you to succeed from Nigeria, Sunday Igboho is telling Sunday Igboho which education does he have? Sunday Igboho is telling you to succeed from Nigeria. Sunday Igboho knows that our meat comes from the north. So you're going to succeed from Nigeria. No more meat coming in for you. Do we have natural resources in the southwest? Where do our money come from in the southwest? Is it Lagos State that is going to listen.
But then you can't say we should ignore all these people and act like they don't exist.
They do exist, but I'm saying that if Buhari wanted to deal with Nnamdi Kanu and Sunday Igboho, you will fix Nigeria, because a better Nigeria, this Nnamdi Kanu and Sunday Igboho will have less followers. Sunday Igboho came out. You know why? Because of all the herdsmen issues that have been happening.
They were
if
attacking us.
You stop that from happening, Sunday Igboho will not have anything to complain about. You have to, unless you find something trivial. Sunday Seyi Makinde is fighting with other people because of the whole what's that police thing that they created. Because they felt federal government police were not doing anything, so they created their own police, Amotekun.
Yeah.
People in Ibadan were telling me when there was fight one time because Seyi Makinde allowed and Amotekun to be the ones doing this fighting the herdsmen people. The police said they're not going to help because they felt undermined. But who controls the police in Nigeria? It's the federal government. So if the federal government is doing its job, it's Sunday Igboho, what is he fighting about? Insecurity. Sunday Igboho believes that Fulani people are coming to. Have you seen the border, the Nigeria-Niger border?
No, I'm saying.
Is they put wooden, like, look at all those police checkpoints. Wooden bench is what they put to divide it. If that man should go and fix that shit and stop all these people from coming in and insecurity, if that man could come on TV and condemn this, if this man could mobilize.
And condemn what? But you know his initial tweets is what he was condemning, right?
If this man, okay, fine, you're talking. Don't see. Look, civil war. You can never win when you talk about civil war. You can never. So if you take this energy and you go and fight this bandit, Corey,
Twitter should not be getting in the middle of Nigerian affairs.
Let's focus on.
It shouldn't
Buhari
be.
Made that video. I wish I have the video.
I haven't seen the video.
He said it. What I was told is that he had a video. But let me tell you something, Corey. Buhari believes. You see the way, and it might be he's surrounded by people that are not competent also, so he's not seeing this thing.
Yeah.
But I'm telling that you call this Nnamdi Kanu and people. If Nnamdi Kanu says he wants to split, first of all, how many states are going to split into Biafra? Secondly, that whole ideology behind starting a new state with resources and the whole starting a new country is not going to work in the north, in the south, in the east, in the west. Buhari has done nothing to help the average Nigerian. And because of that, a Sunday Igboho and a Nnamdi Kanu are having a voice. They start to seem like a messiah to you, even if they are saying rubbish.
Yeah.
Sunday Igboho is crying on TV because he feels like his Yoruba brethren and Oduduwa brothers and sisters are dying.
Mm-hmm.
And what happens is because we wake up and we see news that Fulani people are going around with their cows and they are killing. But when you start to even read the whole thing of the whole mess, it's just a fucking mess. Because when you start to read the whole thing, you find out something like some of these people, the only reason they have weapons is because they themselves are attacked by cattle rustlers.
Yeah.
But this guy has kept quiet for so long. This guy has kept quiet for so long. He's let this thing just fly and do its own thing. Again, like I'm saying, Corey, if Buhari does his goddamn job, Sunday Igboho's voice will be useless. What's his name? They will not be seen as messiahs. And Nnamdi Kanu will just be barking like a dog. Yeah, because nobody will listen. Nobody cares. Are you telling me that a man that eats 3 square meals a day and is safe is worried about splitting a country up?
No, everyone is suffering, obviously.
Everyone is suffering. They've been pushed to the corner.
I've said it many times. I feel like this whole presidency is a failure. My own thing is, I think...
Forget Twitter. Jack Dorsey has done bad. Fine.
I cannot forget Twitter.
Why
because it's not just
deal?
about Twitter. It's about a lot of us privileged folks that are outside of Nigeria that we do these things. We do this. First of all, I don't believe in hashtag activism. I think it's bullshit. I question whether this NSARS movement did more good than did more harm. I honestly question it. Till today, I still question that whether, we are pushing for people to go out there and protest and do this, and people died. That thing is on my conscience.
It did.
It's on my conscience. Let me finish.
And I'm not going to tell anybody to go and do it again.
It's on my conscience.
But you did. So did you tell anybody to protest?
Ever since, no, but I was because I was thinking that this might be the dam that finally breaks. I was thinking, okay, this is it. We're going to go out there and overtake me. I was hearing things like Tinubu's place was getting raided. I thought this was it. I thought this was the insurrection that has been long overdue in Nigeria. I'm not calling for an insurrection. I'm just saying I thought this was the moment that Nigerians would finally hold leaders really accountable. And I've been saying this for a while. The only way that this can be done is through bloodshed. I can't afford to do it, so I can never tell anyone to go out there and do it. So ever since then, right, I've been very, very careful with how I go out there and like try to like stoke people and try to like, make people angry and go out there and be mad. And Kanu does a lot of that. I've been very, very careful because I realized that
Igboho too does that.
I realized that but at least Igboho is on ground. He's there.
Kanu is still in Israel.
Kanu is not in Nigeria. He's saying all this stuff outside of Nigeria.
I don't take
I've been very, very careful. And I think that a lot of us, I know that a lot of us mean well. I trust me, during the NSARS, we all meant well. I wanted a change for these people. But then ever since, everything that has happened since then, the clown show of Sanwo-Olu, the Fashola coming in, and everything it's gone. Nothing came out of it. No one has been held accountable, and people died. And I start to question whether this online activism that we do, yes, we bring awareness. I understand that. But at some point, I start to wonder, like, it's one thing to bring awareness, but it's another thing to, like, poke a bear that we know that is mad. And I think that was what we did with Twitter. We were poking a bear because, again, the way these things escalate is it usually starts with this: they ban social media, then they ban Facebook, and then before you know it, there's a blackout. Wale, we have talked about this thing in so many countries, and you know what happens when there's a blackout? Dead bodies pile up. That's what happens, and that's my fear.
So we poked the bear.
And unless people are actually willing to go out there and die,
do you think this Twitter thing will be reversed?
People that are out here
do you think it'll be reversed?
In their homes, in the UK, in the US, we really need to be mindful of. First of all, we need to be strategic with how we move. And I get that Twitter is a tool. We can use it for good. We really can. And I'm glad that we have someone like Jack that's on our side, and that maybe is working on our behalf. But when it comes to Biafra, you have to understand that Biafra thing, it's very complicated.
Do you know what they should do?
Till today, I still feel like the Nigerian government should acknowledge it. But when you speak to older generations, when I speak to my dad's like, there are people that still say that, no, that wasn't the case. Because people feel like Awolowo should have been held for war crimes. I think there should have been some accountability. But it's not that simple. And the vast majority of Nigerians, they don't really know that far back Biafra. Like they're not. The vast majority of Nigerians are just trying to survive. They're just trying to survive. So
and that's where we are today.
So whenever we pick these battles and we do these things, because at the end of the day, it was because of this whole Biafra thing that was why people categorized Buhari's tweets as genocidal tweets. That was what they categorized it as. It can be looked at that way. That's one interpretation, but it wasn't necessarily. That's not how everyone looks at it. Especially when you look at the people on ground in Nigeria. A lot of them are not even on Twitter. And the last thing I want is for the Nigerian government to then escalate things to the point that they box themselves into a corner, and before you know it is a blackout, and then they start going for people. I don't want that. I don't want that on my conscience.
Okay, so do you know what they should have done?
I don't want that on my conscience.
You know what somebody who is not petty should have done?
What?
Okay, so you said people, it's not like Buhari tweeted and Jack just woke up and said, damn, this nigga tweeted, I gotta get it out.
No, it was Nigerians.
Nigerians were okay.
Yeah.
Did those same Nigerians report to Nnamdi Kanu and Jack ignored it? You know, again, remember, Jack does not have anything about Nigerian history.
No, he doesn't.
Okay, so Jack is going off what he's being told and what he's being given. So did these same people that believe that Nnamdi Kanu is a whatever they believe he is.
A lot of them feel Nnamdi Kanu is justified because of the Biafra war. Again, it all comes back to the Biafra war.
It now comes down again. Okay, so they are justified.
Yes.
I've been in rooms of Clubhouse where people will tell you different versions of the different takes of this thing. I feel like, first of all, we've done a very bad job in documenting our history, and it is showing today.
We have.
Again, you see, some of these things, we are the ones who started it. And when I mean the country, they've done a very bad job. We were never taught these things in school. We're never educated. No, so now people, when a man who is starving and hungry wakes up and sees Nnamdi Kanu starts to make sense to him.
Yeah.
Somebody who doesn't know anything starts to make sense. So they go, actually, sometimes when I sit down and look at the things he says, it does make sense because you see him crying, scared, worried about his people. Yeah. But then I'm an educated, learned person who's not suffering. So before I act, I have time to sit down and try and research, and then I see and say, I understand where you're coming from, but I think you're actually doing the most right now. I don't think this is going to work.
Yeah.
But imagine I wasn't. Imagine I was hungry, starving, suffering, trying to get my next meal. I don't even have the resources to even go and look beyond what he's saying or find a solution.
You gravitate towards him.
I gravitate towards him. So now, again, Nigerian government, you had the problem of your cause of your problem because
ultimately,
first of all, Buhari
they're ultimately responsible.
Let's go back to like palliatives, for instance. Everybody believes Buhari's government did a good job in distributing palliatives, but you know the kind of country you run to. Your job should not just stop at distributing it to individuals. Your job should stop at your citizens getting that, or at least making it known that as a federal government, we have done our part. Not give it to them and feel like, we've given it to them. If they give it to the citizens, if they don't give it, but we've done our own.
Yeah.
Because what happens is that when they find these politicians, this food in their house, they're still going to trace it back and say, Buhari's government is corrupt. When the road in your area is bad, they trace it to Buhari. When things in your I think, again, this government does just not want to, they probably just don't know what. That's why I said I think Nigeria should be run by an economist. These people just don't know what it takes to run an economy.
So let me ask you something.
Yes.
There are people that are literally calling for the 2023 elections to not be held. Do you know that?
For one, what's the benefit of it not being held?
They want to disrupt this union that is Nigeria. There are literally people that are calling, and I told you there are people that have actually filed documents with the UN calling for self-determination.
The UN doesn't just accept.
There's campaigns out there right now saying no 2020. So no 2023.
Corey, those people don't take
so my question to you is, do you think, given how useless, we've outlined how useless this government is, do you think in order to effect change, we should go through elections and keep this union that is Nigeria? Or do you really think that people like Nnamdi Kanu are justified in wanting to break up the union of Nigeria?
So let me finish.
I want to know where you stand on that.
Let me finish what I was saying. So when I was saying Nigerian government is causing problem, Nigerian government has not done anything to look good, and they've not done well. You know, it's not rocket science. You can work on your education. You can work on putting out the right reports, the right news, rather than trying to shut your people down. I mean, goddamn, cryptocurrency came, people were making money. You are the only country that said you want to shut it down, and you had the most users of this thing. You know, like, it seems like everything you want to be backwards. Everything that comes to progress. When people were trying to do this ride-hailing services and everything. Because Lagos State wanted to start its own, you started putting licenses and things, you just every morning is like you wake up just finding ways to make life difficult for your citizens. Your education system is whack. You don't help. You don't do anything. You're just there. And when you do stuff, it doesn't even seem like nobody even knows. It just seems like, and then also look at you're giving people keke na pep. You want to empower the youth. Trader money that they said Osinbajo is doing. When I heard about trader money, what's trader money? Osinbajo is giving market women and people money to do business and they pay back. Go and look how much they're giving some of these people: 5K, 10K, 20K, 30K in naira. Okay. The fuck is that supposed to do for business? In your mind, you've helped a citizen.
So we agree that it's a failed
state. Now back to this whole. How do you move forward from this? I do not know the answers, but I can tell you that, see, when you look at countries that I'm here in America, I'm fine, but my immediate family is in Nigeria. Even if I could bring my immediate family here to America, that's fine. But I still have friends, people I grew up with. I still have people, not even friends. I have from drivers to people I've interacted with in my life that I do not want to see die. Yeah. So obviously, when somebody starts to say, I still told somebody yesterday, it was on Clubhouse, saying, it's fight war. I'm going to fight war. I said, dude, you're being unrealistic. Because look at the countries that fought the war. Look at Libya. Look at war. War is not nice. Look at what's going on in Israel and what do you call it? Palestine. People are dying.
It is.
And this war you're going is going to be us against them.
Which is why I'm saying that. So if the objective is that we want to break up the union,
it's not going to work. Okay. That breaking up is now. Say again, thirdly, Nigeria was. You see, it's too late to divide Nigeria. So you're telling me that you are Biafra, you are Yoruba, whatever they want to call Yoruba, or you are the North. You want to divide. First of all, in the North alone, it's very ignorant to see somebody from the North and say, "Oh, are you Hausa?" The North has Hausa. The North has Fulani. The North has
many other tribes.
Many other tribes. You have Delta. You have Calabar, you have Igbo, you have Edo. Where will Edo states go to? Is it going to go to Yoruba land or Igbo land? Where will Kwara states go to? Is it going to go to Hausa or is it going to come to Yoruba? Do you get what I'm saying? Like you have what's another states in the middle belt in the middle area too that is Igbo that can go to is it go to the north? So these people where they go. Your families are intertwined now. We're Nigerians first, before anything. Yeah. Yoruba man has married Igbo woman. So you separate Nigeria. Now, which part is she going to go to or he going to go to? So at the end of the day, you see, when people think of succeeding, it's very selfish. Even when you succeed in that same Oyo State, Ogun State, Osun State, Lagos State, Ekiti State, they're still all different in their ways.
So you think our best option is to keep
who's going to be the president? Who's going to run? Again, I spoke about resources. We get our cattle and meat. We eat a lot of meat from the north. You cut that out, fine. Our oil is from the southwest. You cut that out. So where does that resource come from? Natural resources come from. Our strawberries and tomatoes and everything are from Jos. We make in Yoruba land, we eat stew every goddamn fucking day. Where is that going to come from?
So you're against secession?
I'm against it because, again, we don't have any region that is sufficient enough to run on its own. So what happens is that these people don't think about this thing. They think Sunday Igboho believes that if he divides that Yoruba, because we're Yoruba, we will agree amongst ourselves. Fuck no. So, and because we agree amongst ourselves, we can treat our people and say, okay, fine. Fulani herdsmen. Fulani herdsmen is not the only problem. While I grew up in Nigeria, I was robbed in my house at gunpoint twice. My house was robbed twice. I was there for one at a time. Was that Fulani herdsmen? Was that not fellow Nigerians, Yoruba people coming to rob the house? The SARS SARS Fulani herdsmen. People in I remember one video I saw on Insta blog where one guy killed somebody and sold his skeleton for a baba for Amala. Is that not the Yoruba man killing somebody in Yoruba land for another Yoruba man in Yoruba land? Is that solve the problem? So it is a lazy excuse to believe that, because it's Fulani, this idea of Fulani herdsmen or people from the north coming to kill people in the south, you want to succeed. That's the reason
for seceding. So you're saying
it's not going to work.
So you're saying 2023 is our answer.
2023 is our answer. Now, but where does now this is where the problem with 2023? Again, the same way you should not listen to these other people. The same way you should not listen to goddamn idiots like Dino Melai also. You should not be listening to all these other police. So what now happens is, honestly, the problem now becomes like, who? And when we bring presentable candidates, when we were bringing the guy that was former CBN governor, I like that guy a lot. What's his name? The one that is the economist. I keep forgetting his name.
The one that became Emir.
No, not the one. That's Sanusi. No, not the Emir.
El Rufai?
No, El Rufai. The Igbo guy. This guy is Igbo. I forget his name. But when we brought this
Peter
kind of
Ugulo or something like that.
No, I'll remember his name. But when we brought this guy, this kind of people to come and campaign in the last election, y'all said no. His Atiku you still want to go and bring back. Then you bring back Atiku, the country will be nice for 1 year. Money will flow again, but then you realize that we're even worse than.
Can you get behind Tinubu?
For what? But I've been on Clubhouse where somebody has told me before that, yes, I will support Tinubu. So
I think Tinubu will do a better job than Buhari, though.
Oh, but do you know how much corruption is going to be in the system?
That's the one that I cannot guarantee that
so,
it will be
you see,
kosher.
the problem is this thing is, Corey, we're going to be sweeping this thing. With a Tinubu, we're going to be sweeping the dirt under the rug. Tinubu will eventually leave office.
Yeah.
If he lasts 4 years or 8 years, because he's an old guy.
But I think he'll be more effective than what we have.
He won't be as silent as this guy is. He'll probably be a little more effective. But I'm saying that a little more effective is not what we need. And we don't need someone who's going to take you 1 step forward or 2 steps forward, and when he leaves office, you are 20 steps back.
Drastic change.
But
you know that's like when it comes to
Nigerians
they call democracies like slow incremental change. That's how democracies work. You're not gonna get drastic change. So the only way you can get drastic change is if people go out on the streets and pick up guns, Wale. That's the only way. So if people show up on people's doorsteps and threat violence, that's the only thing that can get these politicians to wake up.
What you're saying, this is what I'm
saying.
So
if that's the case, then why not just take our?
No. This is what I'm saying. This is what I'm saying. So you go on now. They've banned Twitter in Nigeria.
Yeah.
You people go on Clubhouse to go and vent. You go on. Again, let me even say, I think I saw that room. I entered for a few minutes, like 600, 700 people in there.
There was a lot of people.
I
got dragged.
Let's even say there's a thousand people in there.
There was a line of people that just dragging me one after the other.
I was just laughing in the audience when I left. But let's just say there were even 1,000 people in that room.
Yeah.
And 800, which is not even the case, but 800 of them in Nigeria. So you guys are in Nigeria. You guys are fighting. You guys are. I forget the Nigerians in diaspora, because I feel like a Nigerian in diaspora who, apart from just complaining, yes, I don't agree in this whole, I want a PC culture. Fine. You don't like what Buhari said. You reported a tweet. Now that you reported a tweet, there are consequences. You shouldn't just be like, that's my own. I've played my own part too.
Like, you're in it now.
You're in it. That's my own. I've played my own part. I've played my own part.
Jack has stood up for you.
So
it's
now up to you now to back off now. All of us that are here that are shouting, we have to find how we're going to go to Nigeria in 2023 to vote. Not only vote for president, we have to start from the scratch. When the likes of the bankies were running, and I don't know if, I'm not saying they will be any better, but they seem like at the surface. When the likes of all these people were running, you've been shouting about every day we'll be making memes and making jokes about this guy, Desmond Elliott. Vote him out.
But Wale,
2023 and all the other elections coming up, vote these people out.
But Wale, here's the thing. I think all of us on Clubhouse, on Twitter,
we're not the people, but we have to become the people.
I don't think there's a chance that we can ever become the people, because the vast majority of Nigerians
become the people.
They can't even afford
again
to be
our
on
parents
Clubhouse.
and our parents. You look at our parents' generation too. I say that our parents' generation. Somebody said, "How can you say our parents' generation have failed us?" They have too, because again, they're the most convenient. They are the generation that is actually convenient with. That's them. They're actually the ones that have started. They adapt. Our generation that is like, guy, no, I'm not trying to bend over again. Their generation is the generation that we don't have power, we're going to buy a generator.
I know.
We don't have security, we're going to get our own guards. We don't have good road, we're going to buy trucks.
I agree.
We don't have this.
Our generation, we are empowered with social media.
We are empowered with social media.
We tend to have a louder voice.
Yes.
We tend to, it's almost like this social media thing, it's almost like a loudspeaker that we use to our advantage. The problem is, we don't have the votes. We don't have the numbers.
So the problem is the numbers.
We
So
don't have
every
the
day we're
numbers.
jackpot. I read that somewhere that they said Nigerian government wants to limit the number of youths that leave the country. So now everybody's dream. Every day I see tweets and people are correcting people because they take picture at the airport and say goodbye Nigeria. It's not so. It should not be so. But that is the reality. Is anybody who can leave that country should leave. So now how do you now? So what now happens is if you really feel for the country, find how you can change. Those of us that are here, go. It's not that you will go back and say, okay, you want to run for office because you want to chop money. At some point, we keep going on Clubhouse to be shouting and on Twitter to be shouting. At some point, we have to take action.
Yeah,
It's not just at the top. It's not just at the top. I'm
tired of it.
It's not just at the top. Go down to the beginning. Local government chairmen are the ones who enjoy the most. Those guys don't do a goddamn thing.
They don't do
but
shit.
They make so much money.
They don't do shit.
They ain't do shit.
But I think we've been on this for a while, man. We should move on to something lighter.
The Nigerian problem is a lot, and honestly, dividing is not going to work. It's too late to divide. 2023, we need to come together and we need to vote. Also, we should not stop allowing presidents to vote whoever we vote in next. God damn, stop allowing presidents to have 2 terms like that. Vote somebody in next year. The moment he fucks up, vote him out in 4 years' time. Let me tell you what's going to happen. The next person that comes in office is going to realize that these guys are not playing. Desmond Elliott is building stupid wooden bridges and putting his picture there. When you vote him out, you realize that. But Desmond Elliott, like this, as he is like that, he can be there for a very long time.
We should move on to something lighter, man. Like when it comes to Nigeria topics, it depresses me. I don't want to lie to you, because I feel helpless. I feel like I don't know what to say. I don't know what to do. But like this whole thing where we go on Clubhouse on Twitter and we vent. I am over it. It doesn't do anything. It doesn't make me feel better. It just makes me feel like this guy that's out here not even suffering the real suffering of the people, and I'm just venting. Of course. So I'm kind of over like the whole online.
Yeah, every day I sit down and
activism.
Think, bro, trust me.
I don't see.
No day goes by. I don't go on Clubhouse to vent about Nigerian government anymore. I
just try to avoid
but
the topic.
Trust me, there's no day that goes by that I don't sit down and think, is there a way I can get this thing done? Like, is there a way I can actually just affect change in Nigeria? Is there a way that I can be, the next person? Let's talk about real one. I'll just say lastly, see the whole business that I remember I had one idea of like a lottery business, betting website, whatever.
I remember.
And I remember the reason we pulled out is because of, licensing fee and how much it was. I was in a room one day in Clubhouse and I've had somebody else verify this to me personally. And I was saying this story and one guy said that, bro, I'm not going to lie to you that I've been in meetings and the reason why the licensing fee they were asking you for is astronomical is because the existing companies that were in there went to approach the Lagos Lottery Board and all this lottery board and said, look, for more people to come into this business, they have to have capital. We're not trying to allow anybody and everybody. So they went to the government to propose in upcharge, like turn that fee. This is something that you didn't experience when you came in. But now that you're in, you're like, okay, well, we're in. Let the next people that want to come in, you got to come in with serious cash. So that tells you that even us as citizens, we're not here looking for the betterment of the next our people.
They're just looking to chop.
We're looking to chop, and this is the people you say we should secede from a country, and we will just be cheating our own selves. At least then you have no excuse again. So you now start begging to come back as a country.
Real quick, NBA playoffs.
I don't watch that thing again.
your boys got kicked out.
Injured, man. It's all good. So next season we'll be back. I think we should.
I don't know why people it's annoying. Like,
we'll
Wale, these sports pundits, honestly, I don't know why we pay these people money.
Man, we'll be back.
Why do people put so much stock in this stuff? These guys, all they're doing is throwing a ball in a net. They're making money. They're still winning. But what's so annoying to me is when you see all these sports pundits. Oh, this is the LeBron's legacy is at stake.
They say, what's his name? Stephen A. Smith even disappointed me recently.
LeBron, can he be? And they're constantly, and I'm just like,
that man is not fit. That man is by himself.
He got 4 rings.
He got 4 rings. Like, come on, he got 4 rings on 3 different franchises. Like,
it's very annoying.
Do you know that before LeBron got to Lakers had not seen smelt playoffs?
Yes, now
in what six years?
In a while.
And then he came we made the playoffs in the second year is there.
And then the first time he gets kicked out in the first round of playoffs. The first time
is when you want
in his how many year career. That's when you all of a sudden
want to come. You know, these guys just sit. And you know, you know, expect it, and you notice it comes the most from the ones who never played the sport.
Yes, now Stephen A.
You know, Stephen A. is disappointed me recently when he was talking. Man, that's the girl that they have this show. Him, the girl, and I
don't know.
There's one they had. I was watching it. They were talking about Naomi Osaka. You know, when Naomi Osaka had an incident, and they really just flipped it and turned it into themselves.
Really,
the girl that was on the show with him, so the woman started crying. They started turning to their own mental health issues. They were saying that she's an employee. Why should she like?
Is he a black co-host?
No, she's like mixed or Latin or something like that.
Yeah. For those that don't know, Naomi Osaka took a break from tennis. And because of mental health, she said that she's been going through bouts of depression, which I support.
Stephen A. Smith is saying that today is tomorrow is my mother's, is the 50th my mother died. Nobody gives a fuck.
Have you noticed mental health has become like a trendy thing now?
Yes, but
I feel like people kind of abuse
there's something Stephen A. said that just made no sense. He was talking about how, you know, he said his mother died and it's the 40th or 50th anniversary, whatever anniversary it is of his mother dying, but yet he's still at work. Doesn't matter. That's you.
I know, like
how so? Why are you going? He's basically saying like Naomi should have attended the press conference.
Oh, he was trying to say Naomi should have.
Yes.
Really?
Yes. I thought he felt my hand.
I thought he came in defense of Naomi.
Bro, you should. I forget the episode. I was watching
it. Because I started watching. Wasn't the one that he was wearing
There were three of them in the.
Wasn't the one that he was wearing the black colors, the African colors.
No.
Okay, here's another one.
Yeah, I was watching it. This was like.
So he said Naomi should have.
He was saying that you're an athlete. You have a contract.
Here's my thing, though.
He shared his own struggle, devastating, depressed. This is 4 days ago. This is ESPN. He decided to share. It was First Take. Yeah, so it was him, Max Keller, and I forget her name. He just started. They turned it into their own show. She started crying, and then I'm like, at the end of the day, he's saying. He supports it, like he supports. He's here for mental health, but basically trying to say you're under contract. If your stuff states that you should attend a press conference,
but that's why she left. Now she left the tournament. I didn't see any problem with her. Now, if it was that she stayed in the tournament,
he said Tuesday, 4-year anniversary of his mother. So he said he wasn't keen to be on television, but here I am.
But that's why she forfeited the tournament. Like if it was that she stayed in the tournament and insisted I'm not going out because it's just me, I get that. But she left the tournament. She forfeited.
Says, I'm here today with you. I don't want to be here today. Today is June 1st. Today marks the 4th year that my mother died. I do not want to be here, but I have a job. Sports. I signed up. Sports. I signed up an NBA player. I signed up and the NBA playoffs are going on and people expect to hear from me. And if I'm going to call in from work, it's because I need to be sick. It's because I need to deal with whatever it is I have to deal with or whatever. But I don't want to be here today.
These people take themselves too seriously. All they are doing is talking about. They're talking about people tossing balls back and forth.
That's all. That,
they have a bloated sense of self.
But I'm here. So basically saying like, Naomi, why don't you don't have the spotlight is not on you. The expectations from you, Stephen A. Smith, is not. Let me tell you something, man. If this co-host, if they stop being on TV. Life goes on. Game goes on.
The game will go on.
If LeBron stops playing and these people stop playing,
I can't stand them. I really can't stand them.
The game goes on.
Other thing I was going to touch on. Are you going to be watching Logan Paul Mayweather fight?
Hell no.
You're not paying for that.
No, hell no.
He's going to get washed.
He's going to get washed.
He's definitely.
I think Mayweather I think he's eyeing one new car he wants to buy, and he just wants to use
like one new watch.
Like
another $30
million. He just like, I don't want to use my money. Let me just get free.
There were a few other things I wanted to touch on here, but I don't think we have time for them. But while we're at it, man, smiling sufferer of the week. Who you got?
Sufferer. Buhari, man.
Buhari
and Nigeria. Oh, we didn't talk about UAR. I tried to talk about small, but
UAR.
But I think UAR, you shouldn't even give it an attention.
There are these jokes online about UAR rights.
Right. But there's one thing I have seen that is a little, we joke about everything. Mm-hmm. I've also seen that we do not do our homework and research.
Yeah.
Because you see, UAR came and everybody started pointing fingers at the Nigerian government. Oh, the Nigerian government is trying to change its name because they're owing money, or they think that out of everything that is important in this country is change of name.
Yeah.
But again, I'm not a fan of the government, but let's be real and let's be truthful. The Nigerian government never put out that they want to change the name. A private citizen like you and I
was the one that
suggested. It's never even got. See, for laws to be passed, you have to go to 2 readings at minimum. I think, I don't know if it's 2 or 3, but at least there's a first and second reading in the Senate. It never even got to the first reading.
So it was just
because they're traversing. They're going through the country trying to get changes to the constitution, and somebody suggested a name change. That
this would be one way.
The news picked up the name change thing and put it out there,
and then it went viral.
Rather than people reading the exact details of it,
they only read the headline.
Took it as the headline was to change the name. And unfortunately, the jokes are funny. I've been laughing at it, but again,
but they're based on a lie.
They're based on it,
and that's a lot of what we see on social media. Let's be honest, so it's a lot.
The Nigerian government,
people take headlines, they run with it.
Yes. Now you can clown the man who tried to change the name. Sure, go ahead. But let's not because what happens is that somebody else sees that and thinks, imagine, see Nigerian government, out of everything happening, now name they won't change.
It's fake news. It's fake news.
A citizen like you and I suggested a name change.
Who would you say is the smiler of the week?
Smiler of the week, man. I don't even know right now who has won this week.
Are there any artists?
I would say Wiz. Essence is still doing well.
You can't be putting Wiz as a smiler every week, man. This guy, just because you happen to be a fan.
Smiler of the year, man. Let me see. Afrobeats, I always still smiling, man. I'm always happy with new music. Olamide, I guess, for his Thriller top 10.
Yeah, that was a good look.
Thriller. But I'm trying to see who's individually has done something that can. I guess,
I can't think of any.
Maybe Olamide will give it to him.
I can't think of anything either.
Oh yeah, you can. That might be the song. You can do that as the closing song.
All right. So what's your closing song? Before we go, please don't forget to follow us on Twitter, Facebook,
King of
Instagram,
Parole, Ajebutter 22.
King of Parole,
Ajebutter 22. Yeah, I like Ajebutter to an extent.
All right, go folks. Check this out.
She say, "Butter, you good day for street.
Yeah.
How you know I day for street? If you see me for the street, that means you said day for street."
Sister, what's the matter? Send your answer. Make a transfer. Sister, can I be your mister? I am the minister of Faji, yeah. Give them one time, give them one time, give them one time tonight. Give them, don't stop, give them, don't stop, give them, don't stop tonight. Move forward, see bundle, oh yeah, one double, move love shopping, we spend like it's nothing. Yeah, move forward, see bundle, oh yeah, one double, move love shopping, we spend like it's nothing. Yeah, my fee Bitcoin buy yeah. Kofi G-string, Buju me jet. Whatever he wants is whatever he gets. Butter is here, baby, don't need to fret. Give them, don't stop. Give them, don't stop. Give them, don't stop tonight. Give them, one time. Give them, one time. Give them, one time tonight. I'm the minister of enjoyment, the king of Parole. Yeah, I'm the minister of enjoyment, the king of Parole. Yeah, I'm the minister of enjoyment, the king of Parole. Yeah, I'm the minister of enjoyment, the king of Parole. She say, "Butter, you today for streets. How you know I day for streets? If you see me for the streets, that means you said day for streets. Butter, you today for streets. How you know I day for streets? If you see me for the streets, that means you said day for streets." See the way that she's looking fine. I dey gbadun your aesthetics, and she knows I'm a golden boy. I dey take care of logistics. Mama knows say my doing's plenty. Come up pay your money spending. I give you the cash to count. Small boy say it's the thought that counts. Give them, don't stop. Give them, don't stop. Give them, don't stop tonight. Give them one time. Give them one time. Give them them one time tonight. I'm the minister of enjoyment, the king of Parole. Yeah. I'm the minister of enjoyment, the king of Parole. Yeah. I'm the minister of enjoyment, the king of Parole. Yeah. I'm the minister of enjoyment, the king of Parole. She say, but are you today for streets? How you know I day for streets? If you see me for the streets, that means you said day for streets. But are you today for streets? How you know I day for streets? If you see me for the streets, that means you said day for the streets. Sister, what's the matter? Send your hands out, make a wire.